It's Friday, then it's Saturday, Sunday.
This is on you!
Tell us what we want to hear.
We need your help.
We're gonna give it to him.
Just Anthony. He's going to get it all.
Let's get nasty on a Freedom Friday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we are joined by the one and only Scott Rizzuto, affectionately known as Rizz from the Rizz Show on our sister station 105.7 The Point.
Am I on the air?
You're on the air.
Oh, my God. And I talk into this end of the microphone, right?
Do you need a...
No. My condom? No.
No?
No, I'm good. I like to bareback it.
Okay, I like that about you. It's interesting.
It's going to be fun.
So it is a Freedom Friday. Now, Rizz, this is your first Freedom Friday.
Yeah. I've been on the show before.
You have.
But not during a Freedom Friday.
Which gets a little wild.
Should I salute? I got to salute.
You got to salute?
Freedom Friday. I am wearing a camo hat.
You are. I see that. Did you do that for the Freedom Friday?
Of course I did.
Yeah, you had that on earlier, didn't you?
I did.
So Rizz is pulling double duty, which we appreciate. No Carey Davis. Carey is in Hawaii on vacation.
Really? Hawaii?
Spring trip. I thought he would be surfing. And these two said, well, Jamie's not here, obviously. Jamie and Marsh said, nah.
Have you been?
I've never been to Hawaii.
Never been.
You?
No, it's one of those bucket list places.
Definitely. We should probably get there.
I would love to go.
We're not young.
I didn't go anywhere on spring break.
No?
No, we didn't go anywhere. We're going to Disney in a couple weeks.
Oh, that's why you're not going anywhere.
Disney World or Disneyland?
World.
Okay.
So Disney World is in Florida.
That's in Orlando.
Yes.
I've been avoiding. So I got two teenagers.
Yes.
And I thought we were past like the.
Yeah, they won't want to go.
They won't want to go. So I'm like,
right.
I took them to Disneyland a couple of years ago. I thought that counted. Apparently it doesn't count.
Why wouldn't it count?
It's different.
Mm-hmm.
You've been to both?
I've only been to Disneyland in California, but there's different attractions.
Yeah.
Well, when you go to Disney World, it's a whole. I mean, it's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my daughter does competitive cheer, and her team made the Nationals.
Congratulations.
Which is down in Disney. So last year, my wife and her went, and they had such a great time. They came back and said, hey, if she makes it again this year, you and the boy are coming with us.
Really? And for you, you're like, this is my nightmare.
And I said, okay. And I have my fingers crossed.
Yeah. That she would make it so you could go.
Well, of course I wanted her to make it.
You support your kid.
Of course.
You love her. She's
course.
talented.
As if that sport didn't cost enough.
Right. Yes.
Let's all go to Disney.
Yeah.
Because that's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm working double duty today. I'm getting paid for this today.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Is he getting paid on that one? No, I don't think
I
he
feel
is.
like older kids, though, would want to go to Universal. Like, if I had to choose between Disney World and Universal, I choose
great.
Universal.
No, my son's 15. He's an angsty, 15-year-old.
Okay.
He's like, I'm not going. I'm like, oh, if I'm going, you're going.
Oh,
and
he
we're
would
going to have
love
a
it.
great time.
Yeah.
And, we're going over, we're going to be there May 5th.
Okay.
I'm sorry, May the 4th.
Oh,
So
there you go. Is he a Star Wars guy?
Star Wars. We'll be there May 4th and 5th. And apparently it's a big deal at Star Wars Land.
It's like $1,000 to make a lightsaber.
I'm going to be getting my lightsaber on.
Nice.
Actually, I have no idea how much it costs, but I'm sure it's expensive.
My brother-in-law did that. He made the lightsaber and something like that. And he was actually, while we were there, somebody else had made a lightsaber, and they gave it to my brother-in-law, and he's like, wow, no, I can't accept this. And the guy had apparently been there like every week.
Oh, really?
He's like, I got enough of these. Oh, here, take my lightsaber. My brother-in-law says, sounds good.
Well, I know you got younger kids.
Yeah.
And Marsh, you got no kids that you know of. But
50-50.
my wife is at the point where she's like, this could be the last time we all go away.
She's emotional about it.
She's getting emotional.
Yeah.
This could be our last family trip.
As if you're all dying in a month.
Right. Well, the boy's going to go to college soon, and, he's going to do his own thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, oh, man,
But
that's low. That's low to start bringing that up.
Oh, I get it. She basically went the passive-aggressive route to make sure that you were on board.
Right.
Yeah, I see it now. It wasn't my wife, but I was reading it. Now that I put myself in that mind frame, now I get it. All right, it is a Freedom Friday, and we all figured that St. Louis would be pretty ecstatic today. Opening day.
During my show this morning,
everybody was cool.
Everybody was so cool. I mean, it's 80 degrees out.
Beautiful
It's Friday.
Yep. Cardinals win.
Cardinals win.
Blues dramatic comeback. Unless you're an Arkansas Razorback fan, you're feeling pretty good about today. And if you're an Arkansas Razorback fan, you're probably not, one, in St. Louis, or two, listening today. You probably are drunk.
Are there? Well, yeah, there are a lot of Arkansas fans listening.
You think so?
Yeah, you know why? Because if you have a kid college age, so if you don't want to go to Mizzou, if your kid doesn't want to go to Mizzou, Arkansas is still state rates.
Either way, they're probably not listening today after Texas Tech pulled off the best
or they could be
sports comeback in sports history.
Well, I don't know about that.
No, I think it was. Yeah, I think that we now classify that as the greatest comeback in sports history.
I still think of that Super Bowl that happened.
I don't know.
A couple moons ago.
I'm a Falcon fan, Rizz, that every single time I try to, have a better comeback in sports, Marsh has to remind me that the Patriots comeback over the Falcons is still number one.
It was the Super Bowl. This was the Sweet 16. It's a little different.
Still important, though, Marsh.
Very important. I don't know what that final possession was. That's just me.
The one that missed?
Yeah.
Which missed? Because they had a chance to win it.
The buzzer beater
in regular season, and they also the regulation time, and then in overtime to tie it.
Like the final shot.
Okay. You didn't like the possession?
No.
Well, break it down.
I'm not going to break it down. It's
a Freedom Friday. What didn't you like about it? I
just didn't like it. I thought they had more time to move the ball. Maybe get a better look. I thought that guy was selfish.
Okay, all right, fair enough. You thought he should move the ball around a little bit more.
Yeah, he brought it up the court. Maybe move the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like everybody's trying to, guard you.
Sure.
And you throw up a half-ass shot.
Right. I didn't like it. You didn't like the take.
I didn't like the take.
Right,
and I was rooting for Arkansas. I wanted them to win.
I was not. I was rooting for Texas Tech because, as Rizz knows, we do the Spread Zone
podcast.
Yeah, Spread Zone podcast hosted by Rizz and of course Tim McKernan and myself and Action Jackson. We host along with Rizz and we gave out some predictions. And as the water boy just let me know, I think I lost all of them.
Listen, I didn't see last night, I'll be honest with you.
Well, you got an early show.
Well, no, you know what happened was I was so ecstatic that the Cardinals won that I passed out. I was so there was so much joy.
Yeah. You were fired
I just
up.
passed out.
Did you go downtown after your show yesterday?
No.
Yeah, you're not.
No.
You're not that.
It's a parking situation for me.
I hear you. I'm with you on that. I am.
Well, you remember what I did trying to get a parking spot a couple years ago?
What did you do?
I cut off the horse that was...
You cut off the horse's head?
I told you.
One of those handsome cabs?
Yeah, so you got the horse down there. Everyone's riding on the horse, and that horse was walking way too slow, and I had a show to get to, so I
went right
I cut off the horse, made the light, pulled right in, and got a parking spot.
And then you looked, and the horse was on its hind legs.
Well, I don't know about that.
Maybe it's
I didn't look in the rearview mirror. I just kept going.
It could be my curmudgeon-y ways, but I have gone down to the pageant, down to the Loop, and had tickets to a concert. Got there a little late, drove around, looped 3 times, and I'm like, I can't find parking and went home.
I'm out. Yeah. You and I have similarities in that regard because I get very aggravated with parking situations. I will ask if we have some event, right, and it's going to be downtown, like, what's the parking situation? Like, it's going to be fun. There's going to be people there that you like. What's the parking situation? Yeah. Because if it's one of those deals where I'm parallel parking or I've got to find the parallel parking or, God forbid there's a valet situation, which just makes me nervous overall.
Oh, you don't like valet situations?
No.
Oh.
Don't.
No.
You know what I want? I want a parking lot. I want to be able to pull into that parking lot, pull into the space, and walk where I need to go.
Yeah, and it was a sold-out game last night or yesterday. So, 47,000 people, I think, was the final attendance.
And it looked like a clean 47 and change, too. Not one of those, hey, we've got 47 here. You sold 47 tickets. 22 are in the park.
If that.
Right. That was a packed stadium.
It looked like a full house yesterday, even with the rain.
They hung, and then the Cardinals rewarded them.
Here's the key. Park somewhere else and take a shuttle to the ballpark, to the Blues game. That's the key.
Marsh, I want to drive down there. I want to be able to park in a spot, nice and clean.
You can park at one of these other places.
To wherever I'm going.
No, just take the shuttle.
All right. Fine. I'll allow it. It's Freedom Friday. whatever you want to discuss today, it's up to you. Plenty of ways to get a hold of us. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. You can always leave us a Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Actually, the mic drop is brought to you by Scott Lee Heating Company. The 101 ESPN mobile app is brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Center. So you can leave us a mic drop. Snake Pit is active already here on the YouTube channel. That's our Snake Pit. Rizz, you can see some of the comments coming in right now.
There it is.
You can leave us a, hey, talk about this. It's your show. Not yours, Rizz, but
it's Freedom Friday.
It's a Freedom Friday. It's your show. So whatever you want to discuss today, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of Cardinals and Blues related topics, but if you want to talk Sweet 16, if you want to ask Rizz something that you've always wanted to ask him.
I'm well versed in a lot of topics.
You know sports, you know fatherhood.
You want to talk food? Let's talk food. Let's go.
Music, whatever you want.
My favorite restaurants? Let's go.
Yeah.
We got a text from the 314. This can't be your guys' opening segment. You guys aren't that interesting. Worst show on this station. We're off to a good start, gentlemen.
I love that.
Remember when I said, I said people are going to be in a good mood today?
Well, what does this guy want to talk about?
Exactly. It's Freedom Friday. So maybe this Diamondback will give us a topic.
What does he want to do? Well,
I guess we'll wait and find out.
I'm assuming it's a sir. What would you like to discuss today?
Well, we'll find out in the break. That's next. Well, Freedom Friday's next on 101 ESPN. It's a Freedom Friday here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Rizz in for the guys today. Andrew Marsh here, Anthony Stalter, and Freedom Friday, of course, Rizz is, it's up to the listener. And we got a complaint already from a listener that said...
15 minutes in the show, nice.
I hate this show. That's why I'm listening. We asked for a topic. Did that person deliver or no?
I haven't checked it. I was looking at all the other topics that have been rolling in.
To hell with them. What's a topic that somebody nice is going to bring something?
Yeah, for sure. We get a couple texts from the 314. Discuss the first place St. Louis Cardinals. What would you deem a successful season for the Cardinals? Do they have to make the playoffs to be successful this year?
I don't think making the playoffs is like the end-all be-all for a successful season, because you are going through a transition from where you have been, where you're stuck in the middle, Rizz. Like, you're constantly, if you're the Cardinals, you're not going to be the upper echelon team, the Dodgers, the Mets, and you're spending big all the time. Yankees, Red Sox, not Red Sox these days, but Phillies. You're not going to be on that level. Yet you're also not going to be the team that doesn't do anything in a typical year. So you're transitioning to like this Cleveland Guardians model.
Well, is this the year? It's the year of, let's see if these players are working out.
Exactly.
So let's see.
It's an evaluation
We're given,
year.
Jordan Walker. Let's see what he could do.
Yes.
We're going to put all our eggs in that basket.
Let me rephrase this because the topic's great, but let me rephrase this. If Jordan Walker has whatever successful season looks like for a young player in Major League Baseball, right? Whatever numbers you deem are successful. Jordan Walker has a successful year. Matthew Liberatore joined the rotation this year. He has himself a successful year. He stays in the rotation. Mason Wynn either takes another step in his development, or let's just say he matches what he did a year ago.
Lars Nootbaar has a successful season.
He stays healthy, and he has it. Like, you get some successes, but you do not make the playoffs.
But not all those guys are going to be successful. Hopefully they all are.
Sure.
So now we know, and then we build around the successes that we saw.
Let's say 3/4 of the rotation. Miles Michaelis isn't good. Whoever else. Eric Fetty isn't great. The rotation suffers, and you miss the playoffs. But a lot of these young guys have successful seasons. You miss the playoffs. Successful season or no? Because I would say yes.
It also depends on how far off they are from making the playoffs.
Sure. Let's say they're an 84-win team. They only win one more game than they did a year ago.
Who wins the Central?
Cubs.
The Cubs?
87 wins.
People will be pissed.
Okay. Well, I think whoever I throw out there, I think people would be pissed. Like the
Reds?
Brewers. I think people would be pissed with the Reds. Because they have the manager that a lot of people wanted before Matheny.
There are a lot of expectations here in the city.
Correct.
And if they don't make the playoffs.
But I think fans are, right now for this season, I think fans are understanding of where the organization is. And
although yesterday gave everybody hope.
Well,
One game.
Right now, you're projected to win 162 games.
Right.
So I would say expectations are as high as ever, really.
How much do you think we should take out of yesterday's win?
I think that was as perfect of a win as you could have had. Lars Nootbaar was excellent. He hit the home run. He had a big offensive day. Mm-hmm. Nolan Arenado coming off the down year. Oh, he homers to extend the lead for you. Sonny Gray, we had the concerns about Sonny Gray. Gets into a lot of trouble in the second inning. Works himself out of it. Otherwise, any big moment that Gray was faced with, he generated another huge double play later in the game. So he looked good. Helsley comes in and locks things down. Jordan Walker has a hit. Could you have painted a better opening day based on all the offseason topics and storylines that we had? Could you have painted a better opening day for the Cardinals?
No.
Remarkable.
It was remarkable yesterday. Also, Harrison Bader. Well, I thought was. Yeah. I think that was a cool story yesterday. Yeah. With him getting the two.
Especially you won, so you're okay with the Ding Dong Johnson that he hit.
Right, but I mean the ovation he got as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he was a Cardinal, he wasn't getting those ovations.
Not always.
Not
No.
always.
Are you okay with the ovations for the former players? The way that the Cardinals fans do it, or do you think they should be a little bit more selective with their ovations?
It's nice.
Yeah.
I thought it was nice.
For Bader, I'm good with that. But some of these guys who played for the Cardinals for about an hour and they get a standing O, I don't know. I think it's a little cheap.
Who's one player to come back to get booed? That's out there now.
Ooh, that got booed.
That would potentially get booed coming into Busch.
I don't know. I don't know if
anybody.
I don't think anybody would. Mm-mm. I don't think there's a former player that would get booed.
Maybe Jason Hayward.
Yeah, maybe. What kind of ovation do you think Flaherty would get?
Didn't leave on the best of terms, right?
No. And he's not, it's not like he's going to be batting, but he takes them out.
He takes them out.
I would wonder about
I think there'll
Flaherty.
be your smattering of boos.
Okay.
What about the first time Goldschmidt comes back?
Oh, standing ovation.
Standing ovation.
Yeah. Albert, I feel like there was a smattering. Like it was mostly an ovation, but I felt like there was some
a
boos.
smattering of
mixed in.
boos maybe at the beginning.
Maybe at the beginning.
A couple years on,
yeah,
you forgive and you forget.
Totally. And obviously comes back. And
had Nolan Arenado left, and he came back,
I think he still gets a pretty good ovation. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say a smattering. There might be somebody in Section 305 that gets upset.
Oh,
maybe
Dexter Fowler.
I think people would be lukewarm on Fowler.
I can't see him. What would he come back for?
I mean, just if he did, if he was still playing and he came back.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I don't know.
A hypothetical on Fowler.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
There really isn't like a Buffalo
no
Sabres, Jack Eichel type person
right
with this organization. I can't see it.
Flaherty might be the only one that I could see that gets a little bit more boo than standing O. I think that's it. It's a good question.
Do you think that goes far with some of the other players that haven't been a part of this organization? They see, oh, man, these people really love their players, even if they're former players. Like, I wouldn't mind playing here if I was a free agent. Mm-hmm. Do you think that goes a long way?
I think the Goldschmidt and Arenado type they'll always be attracted by St. Louis. Like you're hardcore. I'm just about baseball. I don't need the market. I don't need the TV. I don't need any of like the pomp and circumstance that you might get in New York or the California teams. I think that St. Louis is always going to be attractive to those type of players.
Right.
We're getting a lot of texts about Tyler O'Neill. I was actually at one of the games last year when Tyler O'Neill came back for the Red Sox. I don't think he got booed at all.
No,
okay,
I don't think so either.
So Tyler O'Neill hit another home run yesterday.
Yes, six straight.
6 straight opening days with a home run. That's
remarkable.
I would like to see the betting on that.
It was about plus 200 to 300, depending on where you got it.
Individual game, though, right? Like, are you saying just for tomorrow? Or I'm sorry, just for yesterday? Marsh is right. It'd probably be
to hit his 6th in a row.
Oh, that wouldn't even be on the odds wouldn't even be on the market.
No, but like
his individual home run odds would be about plus 200.
It was about plus 200 to 300, depending on the book.
That's a pretty wide gap.
I did look at it.
Did you? You thought about it. That's why.
That is a wild story.
Well, maybe I threw a little cash on it.
Oh, you did? Look at you.
I did a little bit.
Okay.
How could you not, though? Like,
so you cashed yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought you were in a good mood.
I was.
All right.
Yeah.
You did bring that up in the middle of the
I didn't say why, but yeah.
Okay, all right. I noticed that you had a bit of a different walk to you, a different strut to you yesterday. Okay.
Like a home run trot around the studio.
Yeah, a lot of people saying they would boot Tyler O'Neill.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting. Speaking of Freedom Friday, we're getting a lot of text for Rizz. Talk about the monkeys. What happened yesterday with the monkeys?
I thought you had a no monkey rule.
Well, my co-host Learn turns 40 today.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Learn.
And she was off today, so, we usually make a big deal out of people's birthdays. And my other co-host, Rafe, said, I got something planned. And I said, what is it? He said, I don't want to tell you. And I had a no monkey rule. Like I actually said, I didn't think I would ever have to say it. But I said, at some point over the past month, hey, let's have no monkeys in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Never thinking that there would be 5 monkeys in my studio yesterday.
You also hate, for those that know, you hate surprises.
I'm not a big surprise guy.
Oh,
So
really?
Rafe double whammed you.
Well, not only, were there monkeys, I didn't know about the monkeys coming in. We have like a strict, like, no animals policy here on this floor. Like one of the rules I was told when we moved over to City Place here, working for Hubbard, was, hey, don't mess with the fountain outside.
Yeah, we found out that.
Don't mess with the fountain outside, and don't bring any animals up here. 5 monkeys?
That would qualify.
Who's waiting for me at the door as I'm leaving my show is John Kiowski, our general manager.
Yeah.
And he said, I didn't think I had to say no monkeys in the studio. It was.
I mean, and you're looking at him like, I didn't want.
I said, I'll be
those
honest with you, I don't
G-damn
want
monkeys in
to
there.
throw my buddy under the bus here, but I didn't know the
Right.
monkeys were coming in.
Yeah.
My job is to protect the transmitter.
Of course.
And when I got a little monkey paw coming over the console, ready to press the buttons, and there are 5 spider monkeys in the studio wearing diapers, and a little paw comes over the console, ready to press buttons.
Right.
One of them grabbed our airsoft gun. And I swear yesterday, I didn't think I'd wake up and have during the day somebody yell, the monkey's got a gun, and it actually be true.
Wow.
Were they nice, though? Like, were they nice monkeys? Because some monkeys, they'll rip your scalp off.
No, these were spider monkeys.
Okay.
They wanted to bring a baboon in. Thank God. Because that would have crossed the line.
Now, who are they?
Yeah, I was just going to ask.
Is this a company?
Well, it's a
zoo?
man, it's a man and his wife. They rescue these spider monkeys. They have 25 in their house.
25 monkeys in there.
The guy's name is Monkey Man Dan.
I mean, if you're going
They
to have
live out in
25.
High Ridge. They're very nice.
Yeah, I'm sure. If you're saving monkeys, you have to be
And
a nice person.
they don't sell them or anything. They come from people that do collect them and abuse them, and and they're
saving
good-hearted
these
people.
monkeys, yeah.
I don't need them in my studio.
Right.
So that's the monkey. That's
Gotcha.
the monkey situation
Well,
yesterday.
happy birthday, Learn.
Happy birthday, Lauren. Hope you enjoyed your monkeys yesterday.
Yeah. There you go. All right. I didn't think we'd be
What else
talking
you wanna
about that.
talk about?
Yeah, I didn't think we were talking about that on a Freedom Friday, but you know what? If we're going to talk about it, it's going to be on a Freedom Friday, which is today. So keep those topics coming in. So we talked a little Cardinals. I know we'll probably get into them a little bit more. And Marsh will pick out the next topic next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Yesterday was a good day to be a St. Louis fan as the Cardinals beat the Twins on opening day by a final score of 5-3, and the Blues come back in Nashville and beat the Predators 3-2 to win their 8th game in a row. The Blues will take on the Colorado Avalanche tomorrow, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 2:30. Puck drop is at 3:30. Tonight, we'll have some more Sweet 16 action for you with pregame starting at 6 o'clock. It is Freedom Friday, so get your text into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Freedom Friday continues next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Freedom Friday here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter, and our guy, Scott Rizzuto. Rizz Show, 105.7 The Point. Our sister station.
That's right, right down the hall.
ESPN. Yeah, you guys got a beautiful studio. Beautiful brand new studio. Everything works. Chairs are nice.
Yeah,
I've been
it was
there.
built to my specifications.
Yes,
nice,
it certainly was. Yeah, it's a nice touch, too. You got different things under the desk, so you're constantly, if you need a snack, it's...
That's right.
Yeah. I don't see anybody else using it.
Huh.
Like it is built in for your snacks.
That's right.
Your booze.
It's full of meat sticks.
A lot of meat sticks are in there.
I had a meat stick today.
You did. You had one of Rizz's
full of meat sticks.
Yeah.
I did. Anthony, what are your specifications? Hypothetically speaking.
Well, I like chairs at work. I like when my microphone doesn't, break.
No, I wanted a window. That was my big thing.
You did. You got one.
My old studio back in back down at Union Station, no window. It was like a little closet.
Yes.
And if we'd have, more than 2 people in as guests, we'd have to put somebody out in the hallway. It's wild.
You wait out there, even though you're part of the show. We'll come get you after.
Come get you after the interview.
After the interview is done. I still can't believe that our dear friend, the late great Jeff Burton, and Patrico walked.
Oh, yeah, from
punishment.
Union Station, up to Creve Coeur here.
I remember them walking.
Wait,
yes,
what?
yes.
Whoa, hold up. Give me a little background information on this.
It was a bet lost. It was a punishment that needed to be fulfilled, and it was walking from Union Station up to our new facility here at Hubbard Radio in Creve Coeur.
They did it.
And they did it. Walk. It was summertime. It was about 100 degrees that day. And it was almost like Rocky. Remember when Rocky's running through Philly? He starts off by himself. By the time he gets to the library, there's like 100 people behind him.
Yes.
That's what it was like.
I was just going to ask, were people running with them like they were Forrest Gump or something?
That wasn't running. It was walking.
They were walking. Like a fast walk?
It was walking.
How long did it take?
Hours. It took about 8-9 hours.
I mean, from downtown.
Yeah.
Walking. I remember when they came, down the street. I think they came up this way. Up Olive this way. I'm on radio. People can't see me right now, Rizz.
From east to west.
Thank you, Rizz. And they walked across the parking lot. I'm like, this is the most remarkable thing I've ever seen.
The fanfare and streamers and a finish line. It was
incredible.
Incredible. What an event.
All right, so Marshy.
Yes.
From the Air Comfort Service text line. What's our next Freedom Friday topic?
All right, we get one from Mahomes' long body. Blues won their 8th in a row. Do you think at any point this season the Cardinals will win 8 in a row? And do you, are you guys surprised that the Blues have won 8 games in a row? Even going back to a month ago where they could barely win 3 in a row? Well,
I was about to say, no, I did not think they'd win 8 in a row.
No, remember it was they couldn't get to 3 in a row. It was 2 in a row, 2 in a row, 2 in a row. Couldn't get that third.
Yep.
And they are locked in.
It's unbelievable. This team has been. Well, so last night, let's just get into last night's game. So you fall behind 2-0 after 1. Typically, when you're in a bad stretch or with an inconsistent team, you're still watching. But at 2-0, you're like, not our night. Then you get halfway through that second period, and I don't know how you guys felt, but I'm still saying, like, with how locked in this team is, and Nashville, they're out. They've had a bad season. They have, and I think one of the announcers mentioned it last night, they have allowed goals in bunches. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel good, obviously, down 2-0, but I'm like, okay, I still think they got a shot.
For me, I was in the car listening to the great Chris Kerber call the game on 101 ESPN. Second goal, I'm like, it's not their night. I'm going to shut it off. Happy with 7 in a row.
Oh, so even at 2-0.
2-0, I was
with
like,
the way they're
it's
playing.
Fine.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, they didn't look that great.
They looked,
which is even more impressive that they did come back and win.
They looked, honestly, Marsh, I was thinking about you because you had made the comment about how fast they looked against the Canadians. They looked the exact opposite of that game. They looked slow. Their transitions were clunky. The passing went great. They allowed the goal right in front of the net, the first goal by Nashville in front of the net there. Hofer won.
I just didn't think it was going to be Hofer's night. And,
yeah.
I was in the car coming back actually from Centene. 2-0. I got home, flipped on the game, maybe a little background, let's see what's going on. And then I saw Dylan Holloway.
So it's 2-1.
2-1.
Yep. So
and
now you're in.
Now I'm like, ooh, let's see what's going on here. And then, Dylan again.
Yeah. With how they're playing, when they scored that first goal,
scored that second goal,
and then Holloway, of course, with the eventual game winner. With how they've been playing, when they cut it in half with Holloway's goal, what was the mindset? Because I can tell you mine, but I'm interested in yours. So you flip it back on. You're 2-1 now. You're thinking,
I'm interested.
Yeah, Marsh.
They didn't look great. They didn't look great. I thought after the first period, I'm like, okay, I kind of in the same boat as Rizz. Like, they're due for a loss at some point. I wish it would not come in this game.
I can't believe the negativity is going on right now.
Well, hold on, we're not done yet.
Sorry, Blues fans.
But then the second period rolls around, and they can't win every game, but then they score that first goal to make it 2-1. I'm like, okay, this is the team that can make the comeback because they're locked in. Even though they're not playing their best hockey, like they're playing Nashville, they can come back. We did see it against Vancouver. They scored 2 quick goals, end up taking the lead in that one. That's exactly what happened in the third period.
Yeah.
It's just a team that sticks with it.
Well, Nashville, third period, 5 shots on goal.
Yeah.
That's it. It was over. After Holloway
scored the second one.
Scored that second one.
Yeah.
It was over.
And it's kind of the reverse, right? Like the Blues have been really good in the first period, and you didn't see that yesterday.
No.
I even took the first 5 shots on goal because they've been that locked in the first period. It didn't hit.
And slow starts have actually been the main theme up until this point. But when it was 2-1, that's when I'm like, just tie it, and they'll win. So when they tied it in the third period, I'm like, they're gonna win this game. That's the feel now. And Holloway scores to make it 3-2. Kyrou nearly scores. I don't know how Kyrou didn't score.
Well, and the drama at the end.
Puck nearly gets in. Well, Puck did get in.
Puck gets in.
Sorry.
Waved off.
This isn't soccer. There will be no extra time tonight.
Yeah.
Drive home safely, Nashville. How about that? A little drama, too.
A little drama at the end. So
it
was a great game last night.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I gave up early. The power of Joe Boo, I guess, is fueling this team. I know Joe Boo has his own locker room, has his own locker at this point.
He's got to.
With the nameplate.
Yes.
And something special, man.
Yep. I love that.
Something about Joe Boo, man. He's done it before, right? He's been there.
Yep.
He's been there before. Going back to...
and Holloway's, his hot streak, I mean, what is it, 9-game point streak?
He's been...
6 goals, 9 assists during that streak.
You couldn't write down a better Blues debut than Dylan Holloway.
And he came from Edmonton, right?
Correct.
Okay, so who did the Blues give up?
So they offer sheeted Holloway and Broberg.
Right.
So those are the 2 from Edmonton. They were restricted free agents, which means if the Blues or any other team signed him to a deal, Edmonton had first rights of refusal. If you're an unrestricted free agent, adios, they're St. Louis Blues. There's nothing you can do about it. But restricted, Edmonton could match the offer. Dar Armstrong knew that with the amount of limited cap space that Edmonton had, plus some pending contracts coming up, Edmonton wasn't going to be able to match what the Blues gave those two players for offer sheets, because they went above and beyond maybe that what the value was for two players. It was a risk on Army's part, but it was a calculated one. Now Army did circle back and give them something. I can't remember what it was.
They had to get rid of a draft pick, yeah. But they didn't give enough up to where it would become a first-round draft pick, which is also a key part of that as well.
Sure. And a draft pick at this point for the Blues, I mean, their prospect pool is stacked.
Yep.
The roster, they've got a lot of contracts. You don't have a lot of pending contracts coming up for guys that are core pieces. So it was a perfect time to do something like this. And then Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg are having the seasons that they are. I mean, it's just, again, you couldn't write it any better than that. You couldn't type it into Chat GPT and get a better response.
So I wonder what they're thinking up there in Edmonton.
Oh, they got Kasperi Kapanen. They're good. I guess if you want to look at it that way.
Guys.
That's tough. And I don't know what you do, though. I don't know what you do if you're Edmonton. Because Army put Edmonton, their backs were firmly against the wall. I don't know what the counter would have been.
Well, and who's to say, and we've talked about this before, who's to say that Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg are having the year that they're having right now if they're in Edmonton and getting less playing time?
Yes.
Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Final part of that question, though, from Mahomes' long body, what about the Cardinals? Do you see the Cardinals having a long win streak?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Did we not see how they played yesterday?
They do. I thought they played a winning brand of baseball.
They certainly did. They moved runners over. Brendan Donovan's RBI single to get in Newport was on a 1-2 count. Like, put the ball, shorten up, put the ball in play. He did. Tough play for Carey to come all the way over like that. He gets a glove on it, but it goes underneath him. Newport scores. You had 2 home runs in the game. So you flash a little power, which is a big question for the Cardinals this year.
And you flashed the leather, too, one of the things that you were concerned
defensively,
about.
Yes. Defensively, you look sounded. No, how about this? You didn't mention Ivan Herrera at all yesterday from
He did sail one into the...
Yeah, well listen.
Outside of that, Marsh.
It was, maybe the ball was wet.
Maybe
the ball was wet
yesterday.
So Pages comes in. Right? And everything was fine.
It's good. It's all fine. It's all good. Bottom line is, yes, they'll probably win 8 in a row to start the season.
Will Herrera be the catcher at the end of the season? Or will he be in another position?
I think he will. I think
he will be.
Yesterday was the blueprint, was it not?
Yeah.
That's exactly what they said they were going to do.
Bring in the defensive replacements, yes. Yeah.
His bat plays.
Yeah.
His bat definitely plays. How about Wilson Contreras on that pop-up in the second inning with the bases loaded? He immediately just gets rid of the hat like he's a catcher. Immediately flips the cap off and runs and catches the ball.
You take the man out of the catcher, but you can't take the catcher out of the man. Mm-hmm. That's what they've said, Rizz, for a long time.
I heard that.
Yeah. All right. It's Freedom Friday. Rizz is in for Jamie and for Carey. We got Andrew Marsh here working the dials and picking out your topics for Freedom Friday. Keep sending those in. We're already almost an hour through the show. I want to see Rizz about 5 o'clock. Are you a coffee guy?
Yeah, I'll drink some coffee.
Okay. Because when we had to serve the punishment the one day where we did your show for the 4 hours and then came in, that 5 o'clock hour, I was struggling.
Dragging ass, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. But I think you're going to be fine.
I'm all right.
Because it's a Freedom Friday. You feel, I'm looking into your soul right now, and you seem to be pretty fired up based on what these topics
Listen, I'm wearing an Adidas tracksuit top.
Yeah, you have turned into an Adidas tracksuit man.
Dude, I am a tracksuit guy now.
After the punishment
After
that
we
you guys
served out our punishment at Hot Shots, I'm going to go full. I've ordered tracksuits in different colors, and I'm going velour. I'm moving to Florida.
Good man.
I want to be comfortable.
Boca Vista.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Freedom Friday continues next on 101 ESPN. With Andrew Marsh and Rizz filling in for the guys, I'm Anthony Stalter. Freedom Friday, you can always get a hold of the show. It's your show. We give up complete freedom, or we give you complete freedom. Whatever topics you want us to discuss.
Nobody else wants to talk about opening day, the pomp and the circumstance and the Clydesdales.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. We got a lot.
I mean, what a magical day.
A magical day in St. Louis.
It's a holiday.
It was a mad holiday. Who was there? He had his red jacket on and everything.
I love when there's a rain delay and they really try to stretch it out. Mm-hmm. So the guys on TV are trying to interview whoever they can.
Absolutely.
Matt Holliday's on the couch being interviewed.
Yeah.
And it was clear that they had nothing to talk about. Clearly we're just filling time.
I love when it's been a while and some of these guys dabbled, and you worry about them falling off the back of the damn car.
Yes.
Or somebody that's been injury prone for a little while and they're coming off that, the pickup truck.
Yeah, I worry about some of the old timers.
Yeah.
Some of the old timers
even
come
some
out
of the current players.
Yeah.
Lars Nootbaar has not been healthy, Rizz. Can we take it easy getting off that 4x4?
Yeah, I get it. Somebody help him off. Somebody give him a hand.
Thank you. Exactly.
He's worth a lot of money.
Come on. Potentially.
Protect your investments.
Exactly. All right. Marsh.
Yes.
What do we got?
All right, so yesterday, big day for St. Louis. Blues win, Cardinals win on opening day. Tonight, the Battlehawks are back in business. From the 618, Battlehawks prediction for tonight.
Here's my Battlehawks prediction. They'll use multiple quarterbacks. I don't know if it... When we talked to Anthony Beck the other day, and I flat out asked him, I said, which quarter... And he had to have known that the question was going to be asked. He had to have known, that was going to be a big topic of conversation. And I didn't think that he would name a starter because he hadn't to that point. There's no reason to, right? So he said, yeah, you know what? All I'll say is that the three guys have put in a lot of work. So Manny Wilkins, Chevon Cordero, and Max Duggan. Those are the three quarterbacks. I think they'll probably use Wilkins and Duggan and might alternate series, which I don't love. I don't think that's the best way to win, but I think he's trying to get a feel for, he already knows Wilkins, but he could get a feel for Max Duggan. And
we are 4 hours and 3 minutes away from kickoff.
With the Houston
Roughnecks.
Yeah. It's a good team.
Have you been to a Battlehawks game yet?
I have.
I will be going to my first one.
Nice.
The home opener on the 6th, I believe. So
perfect.
Next Sunday.
Excellent.
Very excited.
Marsh likes to sit in the nosebleed section.
I've done it before. It's great. You sit up top. It's just a different type of feel, right? Some of the fans are a little bit more crazier.
Sure.
Not that they're not down by the field, right? But, we got people dressed up as birds or knights or whatever you want to call it. They got their sword, the Excalibur sword. These people are dialed in up in the 300 or 400 section.
Right.
And that was one of the things that I wanted to do a couple years ago was sit at the very top of the stadium, and I accomplished that goal.
Well, I was boycotting.
You were?
Yeah, because I came up with cacaw and have not been recognized.
I thought we came up with cacaw.
No, you didn't.
Let him hear it.
Cacaw! You didn't do that.
That's Mike Ryder.
I was the first to cacaw.
No. You heard us.
No, I didn't.
Come on.
That name was announced, and I was on the radio that morning cacawing.
They probably heard us say it, and then you just happened to fall into it. And
Tim
then
McKernan
cacawed.
took credit, too.
Of course he did.
And now you're taking credit? This is new.
You've met Tim. He takes credit for everything.
This is new. So I was boycotting. And I'm just so you know, St. Louis and Battlehawks, I'm lifting the boycott.
So that you can go to the home opener.
I could go to the home opener.
Did you get free tickets?
Yeah, I did.
So
and I'm going in the corporate suite. So
have you not been to a game yet?
not.
Oh, my goodness.
Fun.
It's so much fun.
They're a lot of fun. So I happened to...
They invited me.
Did they know that you're boycotting them?
No,
Did any idea?
No,
of course not. I went to the very first Battlehawks game, and just driving through the streets of St. Louis and seeing the tailgate got me fired up. The city of St. Louis showed up for that one. They shelled out, and a lot of it was probably some hate.
And that you know what?
Spite.
The first season, yes, but the fact that it continued on the next season, and now this is the third season.
I think people are into it.
I think people are into it,
and the spite is just extra now.
I'm looking at your snake pit. Rizz is wrong. Nope, you're wrong, John.
No, John's right.
BT said it first. You're wrong. DLW 1904.
That caw that we heard on these airwaves is the one and only Mike Ryder.
Caw. Johnny says, Rizz, I invented pants. I may not have invented pants, but I was the first person to say caw.
Did you have a place to park, Anthony? I did, Waterboy. Yeah. Or else I probably wouldn't
No,
win.
the Battlehawks reached out and they said, would you like to come to the game? I said, yes, I would.
I would love to. Yes. Me specifically, I would love to. Me, Scott Rizzuto.
If I have good seats, and we will sit you in our corporate suite.
Ooh.
And you'll have the finest of
think about it.
beverages.
Yeah, I will think about it. All right, next topic on a Freedom Friday. Or did they want an actual score prediction or
I
something?
think they wanted a score prediction.
Okay.
Let's keep in mind last year the Battlehawks, their first game, they lost on a field goal, last-second field goal.
Yeah, like a 70-yard field goal by Bates, who became the Detroit Lions kicker, who was perhaps the best player in the UFL last year. Yes.
You could make an argument he's the best kicker in the NFL.
I will, by the way, be asking the Battlehawks to let me field a punt at some point.
Have you ever?
You got to get in line because Anthony's been trying to call a play for a full calendar year.
So we had Anthony Becht on last year at the start. It was like their kickoff party, right?
Yeah.
In fact, funny story about that because one of your showmates was involved in that. We had a show at Ballpark Village. Kickoff, that night, the UFL and the Battlehawks, their whole thing.
It's a big deal.
Big deal. And a certain band was playing that night. So, of course, we're on from 2 to 6, and the band has to, get warmed up, test things out.
Was it Moon's band?
It was Moon's band playing, warming up.
While you're on the air?
When we're on the air. And we were right in front of the stage.
Yeah.
So there's no hiding from that.
No.
Yeah. Johnny Venus, their drummer, who is a tremendous human being.
And a tremendous talent.
A tremendous talent, tremendous human being. My wife, Kristen, and I have met John and his wife, and they're just great people, right? He came up, he's like, hey, man, I'm sorry. We got to test things out, whatever. Moon never said anything.
There we go.
Maybe he didn't hear you when you asked to call the play because the band was so loud.
Oh, you're talking back to that's a good call.
A bucket list item is to, and it doesn't have to be during a game, but just to catch a legit punt from a for reals punter.
Yes.
To me, that seems like one of the most difficult things to do in all of sports.
100%.
Not just to catch it, but obviously all these dudes bearing down on you.
Right.
Looking to take your head off.
And you're looking up.
You're looking up into, the sky or a dome, all these people yelling. That's got to be one of the most difficult things to do in all of sports.
In your travels, have you ever seen a punt returner do it up close? Have you ever been to a Rams practice back in the day?
No.
It's unbelievable because you watch it on TV and stuff like that, and it looks perfect.
Yeah.
If you stand behind them and what they have to do to position their body, they actually catch it really with their feet. Their feet gets them in position, and then it's just like an outfielder. You're trying to camp under it. But if you're up there, there's an art form, there's a skill to it. But if the punt goes up and you're just flat out looking up and trying to position yourself with your eyes, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You'll completely whiff on it. You'll get crushed, whatever. It's the feet that just a little tip for it.
Listen, throw in the fact that all these people are looking to take your head off.
No doubt.
I'm sure you got that in the back of your head.
Yes.
And yes, there are rules to protect the punt returner.
But you still, in the back of your head, I'm going to die today.
I'm going to die today.
Yeah.
And this is my job.
If you get a chance to do so, I want to be there. Because you'll film it. I know that. But I want to be. I want to be there.
Full camera crew.
Nice.
I would love for you to be there.
I want to see this because you're right. You're paying homage to how difficult it is.
Yeah.
So then imagine catching it, you finally catch it.
Yeah.
And then you run about 70 yards past all of the people that are trying to kill you, and you score a touchdown.
Right.
Imagine doing all of that.
You're just hoping at that point just to catch it, let alone run it back for a TD. I got the Battlehawks tonight by 6 over Houston.
I like it.
I say they win by 6. I think they use both.
I'm asking ChatGPT what the most difficult thing to do in sports is.
Okay, so we can get into that too, because I think hitting a baseball is still the most difficult thing to do in all of sports.
Well, I'm looking at your snake, but everybody's saying high heat.
That too? Yeah.
A 95, to 100 mile an hour fastball.
While they also could throw a curve or a slider or anything else in their arsenal at any point. And good luck.
Well, the number one thing is
hitting a baseball.
Hitting a Major League Baseball pitch.
I believe that.
It's because if you blink, it's in the catcher's mitt.
A fastball can reach 100 miles an hour, giving the batter less than half a second to react. Add in breaking balls, deception, precision. It is often called the hardest thing to do in sports.
I believe that. Quick story, because I know we're behind. Do you guys remember the name Joel Zumaya?
No.
He was the Tigers closer.
Yep.
The year that the Cardinals beat the Tigers in the World Series. The infamous story with Joel Zumaya is that he got injured because he was playing too much Guitar Hero.
Oh,
it's a legit story.
I do remember the story.
Yes. Joel Zumaya, when I was working in Detroit, I used to work, like the first thing I did was a street team, which is, you're going out to events, you're the people passing out free T-shirts. And
That's how I started.
Street teamer for WDFN in Detroit. Joel Zumaya was at an event in which, he's signing autographs or whatever, and the guy that I was working with had the huevos rancheros to ask him to throw a fastball. He just wanted to see it. Mm-hmm. And Joel Zamaya's like, who threw 100, at least 98, 99. I'm sure you can rev it up. He's like, yeah, you sign a waiver, we're good. So I was able to witness this. The sound that the ball made was unbelievable. I didn't see it. Like I was standing like kind of off kilter a little bit. I'm the sheer velocity. It's just out of his hands.
Well, if you remember a couple of years ago, I did a batting thing with BT.
BT, yeah, I was there.
Remember he threw behind me?
Yes, he had one of those squishy balls.
No, he had the real thing.
Where was
he
this?
He threw the squishy ball, but then he threw accidentally behind me.
Oh, jeez.
Was this at a car dealership?
No, it was at Car Shield. Yeah, it was at Car Shield Field.
That's a eastbound and down reference.
Yeah. Anyways, so hitting a fastball, I think would be just insane.
That's number one.
All right. More of your Freedom Friday topics next in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Rizz and I were just talking about Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is available now in Missouri, and it is incredibly fun to play. And I love the fact, and I don't know how Rizz feels about it, but I love the fact that they've got hockey, they've got baseball, they've got college basketball, and you can actually combine your plays, and all you have to do is choose higher or lower on that player's stats. So, for example, tonight you got, you don't have the Cardinals game going on, but maybe tomorrow you're looking at a Cardinals game with the Twins, and you're looking at one of the pitchers to go higher or lower on strikeouts. And you can combine that with one of the Sweet 16 or Elite 8 games, a player that you love to go higher on their points. However you want to do it at Underdog, it's up to you, but you can combine sports. You don't have to just stick with the same game, but if you want to, they've got plenty of options available to you. And I love the fact, too, that, let's say you have a player in one of the college basketball games who gets hurt in the first couple of minutes, they'll actually refund your entry fee back, which is fair, right? Because if you got to pick a player, it's not your fault that they went down the first couple of minutes. So I love that Underdog has that as well. You can play as little as $1, get everything right, and then you can win up to 1,000 times your money. So turn that $1 into 1,000 with your baseball, hockey, basketball knowledge, and play at Underdog Fantasy. Got a special offer for you, too. Download the Underdog app. Sign up using the promo code Anthony to unlock a special offer for up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun. Sign up with promo code Anthony. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus credits instantly upon your first deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Call the 24/7 Hope line if you're in New York at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN 311. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Scott Rizzuto from The Rizz Show, our 105.7 The Point sister station. Andrew Marsh, I'm Anthony Stalter. And it is a Freedom Friday, which means you get to pick out the topics. It's you, the listener.
I'm loving this.
So it's fun. It's a free-flowing show. Marsh, hit us.
All right, from the 636, need to ask Rizz about his sports accolades growing up.
Sports accolades growing up. Play a little high school baseball, a little league.
What position?
Second base.
Okay.
Yeah, that runs in the studio.
Second base. What's funny is I was okay.
Were you a shortstop, and then they said, you don't have the arm, go to second? Which is what my college team said?
Yes.
Okay.
And I couldn't run fast and not hit for power. I could bunt.
Oh, there you go. Bunting's important.
I was good. I was a decent defense.
You had a good
defenseman.
glove.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a decent glove. Got on the high school baseball team. Never played.
Okay.
Never played.
But you made
it. The kid who played was the starter, was my age, and I would never play. He wound up getting drafted by the Yankees.
Oh. Was it Derek Jeter?
Yes, Derek Jeter. Never played. In fact, it was to the point where my parents never even came to the games anymore.
What? Really?
My parents never went to the games.
Oh. Now, this is in New York?
Yes.
Okay. What part?
This is in New City, New York.
New City,
About
New
20
York.
miles north of Manhattan.
Okay. My parents grew up in Kingston, New York.
Tried soccer.
Okay.
Don't like running.
Gotcha. That's out.
But my kids are incredible athletes.
So your wife...
My wife is an incredible athlete. My wife played high school hockey on the guys' team.
Really?
Wow. She was the first of her school to play on the guys' team.
No kidding.
The varsity team, or the boys' varsity team.
Your wife is lovely.
She's Russian.
She is.
So it's in her
nice.
blood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I actually could see this.
Yeah. And
Was
they
she
didn't
also-
they didn't take it easy on her either. Like,
Yeah.
I went to Clarkstown South. She went to Clarkstown North. And I remember hearing, like, oh, there's a girl on the boys' team.
I gotta
and
see
they didn't
this.
take it easy
Yeah.
on her. I mean, there was a target on her back.
Was she a forward?
She was defense.
Wow.
Little did I know that back then I would marry that woman.
Yeah.
Who knew?
When'd you guys meet then?
We met, so I graduated in 96. She graduated in 97. We wound up meeting in 1999 in Manhattan.
Really?
Yeah.
And you didn't know the crosstown rivals and all that stuff.
No.
Did you say to her at some point, wait a minute, you were the girl?
Well, I wound up knowing her history.
Okay. You Googled her.
I don't know if that was around.
I asked
her.
Jeeves.
Yes, Jeeves her. Okay, all right.
Well, it's a good thing you did, because apparently the internet was supposed to go out in about a year after
kidding.
you end up meeting
We
her.
met in 1999.
All right. So soccer was out. You didn't like
So I
running.
didn't like soccer.
You had a great glove, but they didn't appreciate you.
I wound up quitting all sports going into my junior year.
Okay.
I was like, I'm never going to be on the Yankees. That's, of course, the dream of a kid growing up in New York City.
Sure. Now I want to know who drafted this. Who the kid was that they drafted.
It was the nephew of the Yankee great Hank Bauer.
Okay. And his name was Hal Bauer.
Hal Bauer. He didn't make it far.
Yeah.
But
Was it Eddie? Eddie Bauer?
Bauer,
Eddie
yes.
Bauer.
Might have been Eddie Bauer.
And he decided, you know what, I'm going to make a clothing line.
No, and you know what? I was deeply into music. I loved music, and got into writing, and I always wanted to be on the radio. So that's kind of put my eggs in that basket.
Did you have a band?
No, I didn't. I can't play an instrument.
Yeah. I can't either. I mean, I have zero musical talent, and I mean zero.
About 5-6 years ago, I started guitar lessons.
Really?
And I'll hop up on stage with a band and play a song or two.
Hang. Yeah.
Noodle around a little bit.
Sure. Marsh has a rap career that was stalled.
Yeah.
I still don't know why. You've heard Marsh's stuff, right?
I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't heard the song? Or songs, plural?
Somebody told me that you were a prodigy.
Yep.
Whoa, prodigy. I don't know about that, but
Like a young Andrew Marsh had a future.
Yep.
sitting here with you guys.
But he gave it all up.
Yeah.
For the fast lane.
Yes.
And we appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of music, we get a question from the 618 with Rizz being the music guy.
Yes.
What's your guys' walk-up songs as the cleanup hitter, and what's your walk-up song as the closer coming out of the bullpen?
I probably would choose the same thing, which would be Man in the Box, Alice in Chains.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it'd be Master of Puppets for me.
It's great. Sure.
Although, man, Mariano Rivera coming out to Enter Sandman. I mean, it was a thing.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Hell's Bells, too, would be
Hell's
great.
Bells is great. What Halsey, right? He comes out to that.
Yes, he comes out with the,
And are they
get the
doing it
red
again
lights.
this year with the lights and the...
I think they didn't they get away from that last year? Or did they
They were trying to jazz
still-
things. I did appreciate the showmanship of the whole thing, jazzing it up.
With the red lights and everything. It was awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, I like that. Well, okay, so for you...
Master of Puppets.
Master of Puppets. Marsh?
Oh, I have no idea.
Welcome to the Jungle. It's got to be something with a kick-ass riff.
Yeah. It's got to be... See, to me, like the man in the box at the opening. It's fantastic. Marsh probably take Woo-Ha by... what's his name?
Busta Rhymes?
Busta Rhymes, thank you.
Or just listen to the opening of Dire Straits' Money for Nothing. Dude, the greatest opening.
For nothing.
The greatest opening of, I think, any rock and roll song. And I'll fight you if you try to argue that.
Is that the...
We can't do it. Now I got 1,000 songs in my head. At your leisure.
Yes.
Go listen to the opening of Money for Nothing. Tell me that's not a kick-ass open.
All right, I'm with you.
I'll go with the game. Triple H's entrance music.
Okay.
It's time to play the game.
So that's the weird puppet guy
What?
from
Saw?
Saw. Would you like to play a game?
Yeah, Jigsaw?
Yeah.
Nah, I think it's a little different, but
That's yours?
that gives me that gets me pumped up. So yeah, I'll go with the game.
All right, fair enough.
It's time to play the game.
Everybody's saying you come out to Mr. Brightside.
You know that's not true.
Mr.
Weakest.
Brighthouse.
Thank you.
Do you like Mr. Brightside? Would you consider it a banger? I think
No.
we talked about
We've talked
this.
about that
We've
before.
talked
That's not
about
a banger.
this. Thank you, Rizz.
That's not a banger at all. It's a decent song. It's not a banger. It's not in the banger category.
No. I don't understand these people. That's a banger.
Get out
Why,
of here.
what are you talking
You don't know
about?
what a banger is.
Thank you, Rizz.
You wouldn't know a banger if it hit you in the face.
Right.
Been there.
Banger if Rizz. We got Freedom Friday, so anything that you want to talk about today, you send it in. We got Blues, we've got Battlehawks, you got Cardinals. No Cardinals tonight, of course, but, continued series over the weekend. More of your Freedom Friday topics next on 101 ESPN. Friday here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter, our guy Scott Rizzuto. Rizz hanging out with us today. We appreciate it, man. You having fun?
Yeah, listen, we have different styles of doing things. Like, you have a nice, clean little area over there. I got papers everywhere.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you do. I didn't even notice that.
I'm a paper guy. Even when we do the Spread Zone podcast, which you can download anywhere.
Anywhere.
You get podcasts.
Spotify. You can check us out on YouTube if you'd like.
You and Tim McKernan are on your laptops.
Typically,
I'm a paper and pen guy.
I appreciate that. But yes, you're right. I like a nice, clean workstation. I like, I got my folder here. I'm good. I know where everything is. I got my folders on. Yeah, but
I think I've killed a redwood.
You have allowed me to come onto your show before.
Yeah.
Several times. So I've hosted with you on your show, and typically, I will get a binder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's what we're talking about today. I like that. Listen, I like to be prepared. I like to make sure that everybody knows what's going on.
Rizz, you're often self-deprecating, but I have told, I was telling somebody else this today. You are one of the hardest workers I have ever seen, and the most prepared.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You absolutely are. But yeah, when you hand me that binder, I said, Rizz, I'm not on for a week. I'm doing today's show.
No, this is today.
And you said, this is today.
This is today.
So, here. Let's do a good one. All right, Marsh, what do we got for our next Freedom Friday topic?
All right, from the 636, it was a nice day for the Cards, but let's talk about Jimmy Snuggerud as Minnesota loses last night to UMass. So the Gophers are done.
So he's available. So does he sign this weekend?
So according to our guy Alex Ferrario, and this isn't he's not sourcing anything. This is, and he has mentioned this, it's just flat out his opinion. As soon as Jimmy Snuggerud is available to sign, which is now, he will sign. That's Alex's opinion, at least. Marsh, do you have a different take on that? Because this is a tough. From the Blues standpoint, this is a tough decision. You've won 8 straight. You're going to continue to dance with the players that brought you to this point. There has been some injuries, which has allowed guys like our guy Dusty Dvorak to get some time. But Snuggerud, I don't know if he just steps in and okay, bam, he's good to go.
How could he, though, like with the way this team is playing?
Well, this is according to ProHockeyRumors.com, posted 4 hours ago. The Blues are nearing an entry-level deal with top right-winger prospect Jimmy Snuggerud, per a report from team Rinkside reporter Andy Strickland this morning.
There you go.
But is he playing?
Right, that's the question.
Snuggerud's 3-year pact will go into effect immediately and allow him to join the NHL roster for the remainder of the season and playoffs if St. Louis secures a berth.
I think he gets time.
I do too. I don't think that he won't. It's just, again, I'm superstitious about it. If these are the 12 guys up front that have gotten you to the spot, and you know what brand of hockey you want to play, do you want to roll with those guys? Mm-hmm.
The answer is yes. Because here's the thing. Like last night, Snuggerud had a big goal against.
He had 2 goals.
2 goals. He had the one was the one he had to tie it.
Yeah, late in the third period.
I don't know. Whatever one, the absolute missile they had. The talent is unquestioned. But to make that transition from playing college hockey to the pro level and join a team that you have not been a part of all season long in the middle of, I wouldn't even say a playoff race. I would just say you could get the number 1 wild card seed. For him to just join, no questions asked. This is a delicate balance.
So if he signs his entry-level contract, the Blues will have 2 options. He could play the rest of his season with the Thunderbirds, or he could come up to the Blues. He can't do both. So once he's with one team, he cannot go back and forth.
Yeah.
So if he signs with the Blues, he is with the Blues for the rest of the season.
I mean, I would bring him up. I would, because he could get time based on injuries and whatnot. Like, injuries are bound to occur. So yeah, that's quite a hell of a player to have in your back pocket. If you need somebody,
sure.
He's got a hell of a shot. He's a solid hockey player. It'll be great for him to be around the team. So,
although putting him down the AHL, it's tougher competition than it would be with college. So you get him ready for next season.
But like you just read off, if he could be a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to develop him for the remainder of the season, bring him up next year, fresh, or?
I say no. He's blue.
He would get significantly more playing time in Springfield.
Yes. But I think for the remainder of the season.
Yeah.
Was it 7 games left?
Yes, plus hopefully.
Plus playoffs.
I trust Jim Montgomery to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
I trust that if Snuggerud says, I'm going to be a blue, that Montgomery will figure out the delicate balance between getting this kid some experience. I don't know if at this point you're trying to develop him with in such a short window, but to get him that experience on a team that is trying to make a deep playoff run potentially, just get him the taste, use that shot when you can. He's around guys that this might be the perfect time because everybody's in a great mood. They're locked in. I think this is a good time for him.
A good question is, how many games does Springfield have left in the season?
They're not going to make the playoffs. I know that they have struggled. I don't know how many. I can look that up real quick.
So I would say, and speculation is he'll be with the Blues.
I would say so.
Yeah, you have to bring him in. Even if he doesn't play a ton of games, bring him in, get him around the players. This isn't anything out of the ordinary. Some players, like Cale Makar, he made his NHL debut in the playoffs. The year that the Blues ended up winning the Stanley Cup, he was with Colorado when they ended up getting bounced.
Good call.
In the playoffs. Like, we know how that turned out. He didn't need to play in the AHL.
No, you're right. You're right. 5, by the way, for the
5 games. All right. So and they asked him obviously after the press conference last night, or during the press conference last night after the game, and he didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's a tough question to ask when you've just been eliminated.
Right.
On some potential horse bleep, right, Marsh?
Yeah, there's a few tripping calls that were not called that led to a few UMass goals, one of them being the overtime winner, and Minnesota ends up losing.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I think there's a lot of Blues fans that wanted to see Minnesota in the Frozen Four so they could watch him play. Me being a North Dakota guy, I'm glad Minnesota's done. I don't want them to win. That's just me being selfish.
Yeah.
But also, like, it gives a little bit more time for you to figure out where Jimmy Snuggerud fits in with this team.
Absolutely. I think it's a no-brainer that he'll be with the Blues.
Will he be in Colorado?
If he signs his deal, then yeah. Maybe
they made the drive back to Minnesota from Fargo, 3.5 hours. Will he pack his bags and join the Blues in Colorado tomorrow?
You're in the NHL. We'll get you there, kid.
So Andy Strickland did tweet out about 4 hours ago that getting to Colorado for tomorrow's game will be tight. So could be here,
but not impossible.
Not impossible. No, nothing's impossible. Anthony, Kevin Garnett told us
they put him on a Southwest flight.
No.
They put him on a Southwest flight.
They're charging for bags now.
Well, they upgrade. They spend the extra money, put him in the A group.
Yeah,
the early A group.
The early A group. Here you go. Line up, A's. I'm in. All right, it's Freedom Friday here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. You want to do some What's Trending?
Yes, with Rizz.
Rizz has got What's Trending for us. He's got a couple of nuggets for us.
A couple nuggets.
That you shared a bit of one that will leave you horrified if you're a parent. That's next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cards win on opening day over the Minnesota Twins by a final score of 5-3. The Blues come back in Nashville and beat the Predators 3-2, and they pick up their 8th win in a row. The Blues will be back in action tomorrow, taking on the Colorado Avalanche, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 2:30. Puck drop will be at 3:30. It is Freedom Friday, so continue sending in your Freedom Friday topics to the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. We'll continue Freedom Friday, but coming up next, we have What's Trending with Rizz. That's next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. It's a Freedom Friday, so most of the topics are yours, the listeners. So if you want to continue to send in your topics, 314-399-9646 to the Air Comfort Service text line. But we thought we'd have a little fun with our guy Rizz in from the Rizzuto Show. We figured, you know, Rizz is he is a content machine. He's always finding stuff. So why not Rizz do what's trending as opposed to our guy Marshall?
Well, do you want to do sports first, and then we'll...
Yeah, let's do sports first.
Sports things first.
And then we'll transition.
So, of course, yesterday was Major League Baseball's opening day, and if you're looking at the box scores and you see a vision of Jesus, there's a good reason for that. The Chicago White Sox won and are now 1-0. Mm-hmm. Now, last year, the White Sox lost 121 games, which was a modern-era record for most losses in a season.
Yes, sir.
And that dates back to 1901. And coming into the season, their roster looked even worse.
Right.
Than last year.
They traded away their ace.
So, in fact, according to the prediction models on Polymarket, a White Sox championship this year is even less likely than the second coming of Jesus Christ in 2025. Now, they have, at Polymarket, the chances of Jesus showing up this year are 3% compared to the White Sox title chances at 1%.
Interesting.
Which actually seems very generous for both.
I would say so. 3% seems a little high.
For the second coming?
For the second coming.
They have it at 3%. The White Sox winning the World Series at 1%.
Interesting. Even with that 1-0 record, they're still not buying what they're seeing.
Right.
See, yesterday I was saying Cardinals White Sox World Series, just based on yesterday. The way they were playing, the way the White Sox handled the Angels, which is, I guess, kind of appropriate, right? That the White Sox beat the Angels.
The White Sox beat up the Angels yesterday, so who knows? Maybe the White Sox will go 1-161 this season. Wow. Or maybe they'll go to the World Series with Jesus watching from luxury box. I don't know, Anthony. I don't know.
Those are interesting. I'm surprised anybody would even have those odds, Rizz.
One last note with opening day. So MLB wants America to fall in love with baseball again, right?
Yeah.
But on opening day, the MLB.TV app was down for over an hour.
Oh, boy.
Over an hour to start the day, so everyone was just getting error messages. Cue the "you had one job" meme. You had one job. Not surprising that many fans were very, very frustrated.
Yeah, I would be ticked off, too. You've got this product that, let's be honest, from an entertainment standpoint, it's the Dodgers and everybody else. We were talking about that on the Spread Zone the other day, which now, you can download.
Download wherever you get your podcast. Marsh, can you name, as far as the odds go, the favorites this year?
The favorites.
The favorites to win the World Series. Number one, obviously, is the Dodgers.
Be the Dodgers, yeah.
Who's next?
I'm going to go with my, I don't want to say my, the team that I picked yesterday to win the World Series, the Philadelphia Phillies.
They are fifth.
Fifth, wow, okay. Let's go with the New York Mets.
New York Mets are fourth.
Okay, we now turn our sights to the Baltimore Orioles.
They are sixth.
Braves.
Braves are second.
Braves are second. Who would be third? I hope it's not the Yankees.
The New York Yankees.
The New York Yankees.
Okay.
How could you trade Jay Buhner? Okay, so we're missing none.
7.
7.
Well, it's got to be the Cardinals after
The
that
Houston
1-0.
Astros, that's right. Number 8, the San Diego Padres. Number 9, the Boston Red Sox. And you've got the Texas Rangers.
Rangers are 10.
Are 10 as far as the odds makers go.
Okay.
This is a very disturbing story. You have young kids at home.
Yes, 3. We've got
3 young kids at
8,
home.
7, and 3.
They ever get worried about monsters under the bed or monsters in the closet before they get tucked in at night? They say, Dad, can you check under the bed for, I think I hear a monster.
I have no, but I mean, obviously it's very common that kids get spooked at night thinking that something's in their closet, something's under the bed.
There's a documentary made about it.
Yeah.
I remember when I was growing up, on my bed I had one of those bed skirts so you couldn't see underneath.
Oh, it's even worse because then you're like, if I open this bed skirt, what eyes are staring back at me? But of course, Rizz, that you always check as a parent and nothing's there.
Right, of course. You go, and you try to ease their minds. You go, listen, little Thatcher, there's nothing under there.
Right.
True story out of Kansas. A babysitter was asked by a kid, can you check under the bed for monsters? And while trying to reassure the kid, the babysitter looked under the bed and found a man.
Oh, jeez.
A real-life man hiding under the bed. The babysitter and the man get into a physical altercation. During the struggle, the kid was knocked over.
Uh-oh.
The guy runs out of the house. He fled.
But
They wound up catching him the next day.
good.
Wound up being some creepster who had previously lived in the home, but was removed under a protection from abuse order. Not a good dude. Hide under the bed. This kid will never, ever fall asleep by himself again.
No. 1, a lot of therapy. 2, you're figuring mattress on the ground now. Like, he's going to be one of these kids that in college, you're like, why would you possibly take the mattress off the bed and put it on the ground? And the kid's going to be like, let me tell you a story, Frank. And then he talks about the one time his babysitter checked underneath and he got some psychopath hiding. Couple of questions we'll never know. 1, how did he get into the house?
Don't know.
How did he get back into the house? 2, why was he hiding under there?
Don't know. His name is Martin Villalobos Jr. Been charged with multiple crimes, and he's being held on a $500,000 bond currently. But that kid is in need of some therapy. And
Yeah.
will never, ever, ever trust that little sound under the bed.
Could you imagine, too, the babysitter and what they're going through? Because we've been there, you know.
You get down on your hands and knees, go, there's nothing under there.
Look, I'm
lift under
checking
the
now. You go,
bed
boom. You got
skirt.
2 eyes staring
Yeah.
at you.
And then he jumps out, knocks you over, knocks the kid over, and runs out of the house.
Come on. That's terrifying.
What are you doing? What sound are you making?
If I'm the kid or
If you're the adult.
if I'm the adult, so I'm the babysitter or I'm the one
right
hiding.
now, at Anthony Stalter's house, your
Yeah.
kid goes, Dad, I think there's a monster under the bed. You get down on your hands and knees. You go, there's nothing under there.
Yeah.
And you see a guy.
I'm probably shouting ho, what the
Yeah.
fast lane. And then I'm getting to my feet. I'm telling the kids, get out. And that babysitter's not leaving that room. Wow. Or babysitter, that
intruder.
Martin.
Intruder is not.
Yeah, Martin Wazowski.
Yes. From Monsters, Inc. Yeah, we're not leaving that room.
I
Bottom
would like
line.
to say I would do the same thing. But you never know when you're stuck in that situation. You want to protect your child.
Sure. Yeah, that's true too. You may your
You do
first
everything,
instinct
you do everything
might
to
be.
shield to make sure your kid's okay.
Yeah, that's true too.
Are you guys like me when you get into a situation, and no, maybe it's not a situation where anything bad's happening, but let's say you go to, I don't want to say like a theater, but like just somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you always looking for the exits, and are you thinking ahead of time if something bad were to happen, this is exactly what I would do?
Absolutely.
You always think that? Because that's how I feel.
It's being vigilant, it's called. You sit down, you look
Dream
around.
of such a scenario.
Oh, absolutely. I know exactly where to go. I'm going this exit, that.
That's why I like to
blocked
keep
off.
weapons in every room
Sure. Yeah.
and teach the kids how to use them.
Absolutely.
Nunchucks.
Why did I
swords.
also think nunchucks right away? When you mentioned that, that's the first weapon that came up as if I'm Michelangelo.
Yeah, nunchucks in the nightstand.
Yeah.
Of course.
Or in a
Polo
size
staff.
somewhere.
Anyway, you know.
Right. You're hiding stuff in the ceiling.
Sure.
Most likely a bow of some sort of massive, wooden object.
Yeah, listen, we'll see what happens with this kid again after years of upcoming therapy.
Right.
And this last thing here, here's what's trending. Now, this seems like an early April Fool's joke, but the company says it's not. Breast milk ice cream will debut later this year. Now, a baby brand called Frida is releasing this thing in December. They said on Instagram that it's due in 9 months. Haha.
I get it.
Now, it's not made from actual breast milk. It is just breast milk flavored. They say it tastes sweet and nutty with a hint of salt. It also has some of the same nutrients as breast milk, and they claim everyone's secretly wondered what breast milk tastes like, so they expect it to be pretty popular. And they joke that people are, quote-unquote, pumped to try it.
Yeah, that's good, clever marketing.
Now, they say it's a, quote, pitch-perfect representation of the sweet, creamy, nutrient-packed goodness that we've all wanted to try but have been afraid of. They're doing pre-orders now. But you could sign up and get on the line here for this breast milk flavored ice cream at Frida.com.
A common question might be, hey, you're going to try this stuff. But that's not where I go. Where I go on this, Rizz, is who's testing this out and what are they comparing it to?
Actual breast milk.
Okay, I'm assuming you're an adult.
You've never tried it?
I'm sure I've tried it at one point in my very young life. But if you're an adult now and you're trying to get the flavor right.
The flavor profile?
Yes.
You have to have a taste tester. You got to have a guy that you pay that takes real samples and compares them to what we've made in the lab.
Sure.
What we've put together in the kitchen.
Could you imagine signing up for that gig?
Will you try this?
No.
But it's not actual breast milk. Andrew Marsh, will you try this?
Yeah, I like trying new things.
All right.
Or I guess old things. I don't know.
Well, in this case,
it's not the real thing. Would you?
I would try it.
Again, they describe it as sweet and nutty with a hint of salt.
Like, can you add different toppings to it? Like maybe some Oreos.
That's ice
some
cream,
This is breast milk ice cream.
You?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't think so.
It reminds me of like those Harry Potter jelly beans. Like some of them were gross, but you got to try them, right?
Oh, we use those Bean Boozled Jelly Belly jelly beans down the hallway here. We do a good or gross kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where one of the flavors will be like booger or juicy pear. One will be strawberry or centipede.
Yeah.
That one.
My wife brought home the candy that was like that.
There's one that is, I forget the good flavors, like apple, and the other flavor, the bad flavor is vomit. And they were
you just don't know
what the Bean Boozled people were doing. The Jelly Belly people, they were trying to create a pepperoni pizza flavored jelly bean, and it went horribly wrong. and then they were like, "This is just vomit."
That's a great idea. I mean, it's horrible.
This is just vomit. This tastes like vomit.
So my wife Kristen's listening, Rizz, and she reacted to the babysitter story. She said, worst story ever. If she was the babysitter, she'd lock eyes with the dude, tell the kids everything's fine. Most unconvincing tone ever because she'd be shaking with fear, of course. Tell them calmly to come with me, and then this is in all caps, and then get them out of the fast lane house as quickly as possible. So she's going to play it calm with the kids.
I thought she was going to go full spider monkey and rip this guy's hands off.
She may. She might.
To protect the kids?
To protect the kids.
I think.
Knowing her, I think she would stay calm.
It's the fight or flight thing.
Exactly, right. I think she would stay calm, get the kids out.
I think if you put Mama Bear in a situation where she needs to protect the kids,
faces are being ripped off.
Yeah,
spider monkey style. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Good job, Rizz.
Thank you.
That's good stuff there for what's trending. We'll continue our Freedom Friday with another topic, but we got the Gauntlet coming up too in 10 minutes. Now, Rizz, are you going to make yourself available for the Gauntlet, or are you just going to read some questions? You think about it. You think about it. Don't give us.
I don't know. I'm not my sharpest today.
Don't give us an answer.
Been on here for a long time today.
I know you have, but look, you're almost at halftime of this show. So, all right.
If you need me.
More Freedom Friday next on 101 ESPN. Fastline on 101 ESPN. We'll do a quick Freedom Friday topic because we got to get to the Gauntlet at the top of the hour.
I was looking at the texter. There's just a picture of a dumpster on fire. I go, is that today's show?
Marcia,
I'm having a good time.
It's from yesterday.
Okay.
So, no, it's something that we did yesterday. Rizz, you're doing fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been a lot of fun.
I'm in delirious territory now. Nice.
Well,
usually Friday's a nap. Like Friday's a good nap day for me.
Yeah.
I get up at 2:30. I'm here at the radio station at 3:30. Raring to go. My show from 6 to 10, and then I go home, take a good nap on Friday.
Okay. Now 8 o'clock bedtime for you?
I'm in bed at 8:30. Lights out at 9.
Okay. And the kids know, hey, Dad's
been doing
working.
the morning show for 15, 16 years, so they know.
Yeah.
My
They knew
wife
it was
puts me to bed, and then they go to bed. Tucks me in. Make sure there's no monsters under the bed.
I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing a lot more of from here on out after your story and what's trending. I will be checking.
Nice.
Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah. With a nunchuck.
Yes.
Strapped to me. All right, Marsh, what's our next topic?
From the 918, maybe I don't know all the history, but from the limited time I've been in St. Louis, it seems like every sports team has the goal of being mediocre to just catch lightning in a bottle when it comes to playoffs. What are your thoughts on that? So I saw something yesterday, and we'll get to this question, and it kind of ties in with it. Think of like the 99 Rams, right? No one had expectations for them. Mm-hmm. They end up being the
they
greatest
had
show.
high expectations until, and I don't mean to correct you on this, but like people were fired up because of Trent Green.
Yeah, until he got hurt. Then Kurt Warner comes in. The team rallies around Kurt.
Right.
We know what happens there.
Yeah.
But then 2006, remember that was an 80-ish win team. 83 win team. They win the World Series.
Yep.
They beat the Tigers, who were a hell of a ball club.
They were outstanding from
They
start to
swept
finish.
their way into the World Series.
Yep.
2011, you have the team that comes back, right, down 10-plus games in September. Mm-hmm. They win the World Series. The Game 6 heroics from David Freese. They win in Game 7. The Blues 2019 run. They're like the worst team in the league.
Yes.
They come back and win. Like, it seems like
better. It's more fun.
Is that more fun, or would you rather have a dominant team that goes all the way?
Drama?
I do like the drama.
I mean, how can you beat 2019? Or any of the years that you just mentioned.
Right. I'm a showbiz guy. I love a good story.
Absolutely.
I love a good storyline.
Yes, that's how I've been saying that for years.
The 2004 St. Louis Cardinals, I remember being in a hotel bar in Atlanta.
Was that the Red Sox year?
That was the Red Sox year.
Yeah.
I remember being in a hotel bar in Atlanta. I was working for Best Buy at the time. You come out of college, you're full of you-know-what and vinegar.
Yes.
You're like, I'm going to get on radio. Mm-hmm. You're not. You're going to be selling washers and dryers for Best Buy. And that's what I was doing. So I was in training in Atlanta. And I remember when the Red Sox completed their comeback against the Yankees. And everybody was a Red Sox fan that year. They're all, yay! And I looked around that bar, half-cocked, and I said, you're going to get swept because this Cardinals team is a buzzsaw.
Nope.
Fortunately, I didn't have to look them fine folks in the face again. Because that is not what happened.
Yeah, they were swept.
That Cardinals team was incredible. And they got swept.
In 04.
Yes, in 04. I think 06 and 11 and the 19 Blues, obviously we know what happened, but like the story is way better in those years.
Listen, since I moved here in 03. And every year there's expectations for sports teams in this town.
Sure.
And I love it. I mean, I love this as a sports town. And it's exciting to follow these teams. And these Cinderella stories just make it.
Yep.
And I love the storylines. And I love the 2019 season. You can't write anything better than that.
You're dead last. You're dead last. The NHL trade deadline is here. Like, we have no idea if the half team is going to be gone or they're going to add, and they don't do anything outside of Michael Del Zotto, and he wound up winning the cup.
And you switch coaches. I mean, it's amazing.
It's beautiful. It's sports.
So we get a text from Matt Sixstring, who's actually my cousin, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to my cousin, Matt. The drama is cool, but it's been great to be a Chiefs fan during the Mahomes era. There's your counter.
Yeah, but that's a dynasty, you know?
Yeah, but that'd be pretty cool, too.
Oh, of course. I mean, if you had a dynasty, that's different.
And you've been a part of this, Anthony. You're a Chiefs fan for the month of January and February.
Yeah, I switched. Since I'm a Falcon fan, we typically don't make the playoffs. So, Rizz, over the last couple of years, I've joined Chiefs Nation for the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. And it's been a great ride. And I've done this in various sports, too. I predicted UConn to win the title the 2 years that they did. So I'm a UConn Huskies fan, although now I think I'm a Florida Gator fan. But it's just nice when you know that your sad sack team, who will never win ever, loses, and then you can jump on.
I grew up a New York Giant fan.
Oh, so okay, but you've
so
had
86, 91.
Yep.
And of course the
06 and
the catch.
You had 2 catches. You had Manningham and what's his
Tyree?
David Tyree. David Tyree helmet, and you had Manningham along the sidelines from Eli.
I think it's with the Shador Sanders thing. Is he going to go to the Giants?
I think the Giants are in position to do some things.
I think so too.
I think they take a pass rusher. I think they take Abdul Carter, and then they come back with a quarterback in the second round, Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss.
Oh, you don't think they get Sanders?
I don't think so.
Deion wants him to go there.
Deion just signed a new contract. Got paid. 5 more years in Colorado, in Boulder, Colorado. They said it will never happen. I don't know who they is, but...
They.
All right, we got to get to the Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN.
categories, one challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Scott Rizzuto.
Having a great time. 4:07. How about that?
Rizz, come on. Time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers. Officially
look at us.
licensed Rolex jeweler. You didn't even know you were setting me up. You were John Stockton. You didn't even know. I'm Anthony Stalter, and it's time for the Gauntlet. Armin is our contestant today. What's up, Armin?
Oh, Armin.
Marsh, Anthony, how you guys doing? Thank you for having me on. Happy Friday. Let's do this.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Do you want to say happy birthday to Rizz, too, while you're here, Armin?
Happy birthday, Rizz.
Thanks, buddy.
Wishing you all the best, my friend.
How many times have you won?
0.
Okay.
0.
This is his first time.
This is his first time.
All right.
Yeah,
We got a first-timer here. All right.
Oh, look at us, a first-timer.
Now, are you throwing your hat in the ring?
Reluctantly.
Okay. You heard him. So, Armin, Rizz is available. Would you like to take on Marsh, me, or Rizz today?
Let's go for Rizz. Let's go for
I figured.
Damn
All
it.
right. So, Rizz, this is your first Gauntlet experience. You've listened.
I have been a contestant
You
on
have?
the phone
Interesting.
a couple of years ago.
Okay. But now, you're going to do it live in studio. So you're going to head
Well,
to...
Rizz, I hate to break your birthday party, but you're going down, bud.
Okay,
Oh, man. And, of course, your birthday is in August?
In August, yes.
Yeah. But your birthday's coming up, though, Anthony.
Yeah, a couple days.
Yeah.
A couple days. Going to be
43 years young.
29. Yeah.
I
absolutely.
wish you
That'll be
nothing but
43.
brain fog, Armin.
Right back at you, Rizz.
All right, so Rizz is going to go into the studio with Mike Ryder, and he'll take care of you from there. He's surprisingly gentle. All right, Armin, go ahead. Tell our guy Marsh to spin that wheel.
Hey, Marsh, please spin the wheel.
You know, he's such a nice guy. I'm not surprised he went with Rizz and not
funny
you.
story. I actually ran into Jamie at the hockey game against the Canadians. When I told him that I was the nice guy you guys always beat up on, him and I had a nice chuckle. So it was very nice to run into Jamie.
Where were you at on that?
I was at the Blues game when they played the Canadians, and they had that wonderful 6-1 victory.
Excellent. Okay. Nice. Well, Armin, you seem like a really good dude. I hope the wheel was gentle with you. Which category? The wheel is already spun. It's already chosen. Which category were you hoping for?
I was hoping for baseball, but given my luck, it probably landed on random.
It is not baseball. It is not random. You were just at the hockey game the other night. It is hockey.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so you're going to get 4 hockey-related questions. Thank you, Marsh. 4 hockey-related questions. Each question is worth 2 points, unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions are worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Question 1. Dalibor Dvorsky is wearing number 54 for the Blues. Who was the last Blue to wear 54 before Dvorsky?
54 was worn last by... Give me the options.
Dakota Joshua, Hugh McGing, or Josh Levo?
Don't know any of those guys. Let's go A, final answer.
A, Dakota Joshua. Final answer.
Question number 2. Name the player that appeared in 2 games last season for the Blues, who this season has played almost 70 games for the Ottawa Senators and has 23 points on the season.
Okay. Process of elimination. Let's think here. I think I know the answer, but I'm going to need the options just to be on the safe side.
Options are Kevin Hayes, Adam Gaudette, or Sammy Blais.
Give me Kevin Hayes' final answer.
All right, Armin, question 3. Sammy Blais wore 3 different jersey numbers while with the St. Louis Blues. Which number did he wear the year the Blues won the Stanley Cup?
I'm going to go with my gut feeling here and say he wore number 9. Final answer.
Question number 4. Which Blue leads the team this season with 57 penalty minutes?
Well, the obvious one would be Walker, but I feel like that's too easy. Let's do the options.
Options are Oscar Sundqvist, Braden Shen, or Nathan Walker.
C, Nathan Walker. Final answer.
All right. Let's bring back Rizz from the Cone of Silence. Armin, how you feeling?
Not great, to be honest. It's better than random, but still not great.
Oh, you were, yeah.
What? Whenever I listen, there's snacks.
Yeah.
Everybody comes in.
No, there's no Girl Scout.
Ho-hos or
Girl Scout
Twinkies.
Cookies.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Just me chatting up with Mike Ryder.
Oh, here we go. You got it. And Mike Ryder. Banana. There we go. Well, it's, sometimes we try to go healthy.
All right.
Yeah, it just depends on what the snack services department brings over.
The Savannah Bananas coming to St. Louis.
There you go.
I'm not, no.
Oh.
I'm not.
All right, Rizz. You
What do
ready?
we got?
Hockey.
Oh.
Hockey is your category. It's spun the puck. Are you ready?
All right, let's see what we got here.
Marsh?
Pack a lunch or a banana.
Here we go.
Can I phone a friend?
You can use the banana phone.
Banana phone.
All right. Question 1, Rizz.
Okay.
And by the way, you listen, but
I know.
we'll go over two points for every question unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point.
Who is on the show worst at hockey?
Oh, Marsh actually has the statistics for you.
All right, let's look at the hockey category. So far, Anthony, you are 2-0 in hockey. Jamie is 1-0 in hockey. I am 4-0 in hockey. Alex is 1-0 in hockey, and Carey is 2-6 in hockey.
Carey, 2-6
Okay, let's
to
go.
start the year. Dalibor Dvorsky is wearing number 54 for your St. Louis Blues. Who was the last Blue to wear 54 before Dvorsky?
In my mind, the first name that popped in my head was David Perron. I don't know if that's right. All right, give me the options.
The options are Dakota Joshua,
Okay.
Hugh McGing, or Josh Levo.
Okay, so
You've already made a correct choice.
Not go with the gut.
Yeah.
Give me the options again.
Dakota Joshua, Hugh McGing, or Josh Levo.
Hugh McGing, is that a name you made up?
It may have been.
I'm not familiar with him. I will eliminate him. Let's go Dakota Johnson.
Dakota Joshua?
Joshua, sorry.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right.
Question number 2. Name the player that appeared in 2 games last season for the Blues, who this season has played almost 70 games for the Ottawa Senators and has 23 points on the season.
Okay. So appeared in 2 games for the Blues last year and 70-plus games for the Senators this year with 23 points. I would love to hear the options on this one.
Of course. Your options are Kevin Hayes, Adam Gaudette, or Sammy Blais.
I'm going to go with Gaudette. Final answer.
Question 3.
Yes.
Rizz. Sammy Blais wore 3 different jersey numbers while with the St. Louis Blues. Which number did he wear the year the Blues won the Stanley Cup?
In my mind, what popped in first was the number 3.
Okay.
But I'm not feeling very confident about that number. But you know what, though? I think I just had to shoot my shot. I think I just got to roll with it. I'm going to go with the gut. I'm going to say number 3. Final answer.
Final question. Which Blue leads the team this season with 57 penalty minutes?
57 penalty minutes leading this season. I would love to hear your options.
Options are Oscar Sundqvist, Braden Shen, or Nathan Walker.
Who is most comfortable in the penalty box? Well, Nathan Walker is Australian, correct?
That is correct.
Which is a former British prison colony.
And located in Ohio.
Nathan Walker, final answer.
Nathan Walker, final answer. All right.
It's a good one.
Let's go over
boy.
these.
My hands are sweaty.
Let's go over these today.
Let's do it.
Armin chose Rizz.
Armin, you confident, buddy?
No, not at all.
Yeah, me too.
He was saying, I don't feel good at all when you came in here, when you bust in here talking about your snacks or lack thereof. So let's find out who won today.
Go.
Between Armin and Rizz.
Okay.
Why don't we start off with that last question?
Yeah.
Which Blue leads the team this season with 57 penalty minutes? 57, by the way, was
David Perron's
David
number.
Perron's
Damn
number.
it.
Yeah.
You're right.
54, 57, close, but yeah. Rizz just said Nathan Walker. Armin also took Nathan Walker. Correct answer is...
It is Braden Shen.
Yes.
Braden Shen.
0 for 1. Sweet.
Is the correct answer. That's all right.
However, we have an issue here.
Oh, this was outdated, wasn't it?
This was outdated because now Nathan Walker leads the Blues with 59 penalty
then
minutes.
we're right.
Correct answer is...
Nathan Walker.
Nice job,
buddy
guys.
Armin.
Let me update this. 1-1 tie between Rizz
We knew it the whole time.
and our guy Armin. Let's just make a correction there.
Good
Okay.
job, birthday boy.
Yeah,
Proud of
buddy.
you.
Yeah. Armin with 1. Rizz with 1. Dalibor Dvorsky is wearing number 54 for the Blues. Who was the last Blue to wear 54 before Dvorsky? Rizz, you said Dakota Joshua. Armin, you also said Dakota Joshua.
Boom.
Correct answer is...
It is Dakota Joshua.
Nice job, boys.
Such
We got a
conviction,
2-2
too.
tie.
And by the way, in the snake pit, somebody saying, I'm Australian. What are you talking about the prison colony?
Yeah. What? Look it up.
Australia was originally established as a British penal colony. Look it up.
Wow.
Look it up, Paul Hogan.
You won't get these facts anywhere else. I'll tell you that much. All right, so we got a 2-2 tie.
Yes.
Name the player that appeared in 2 games last season for the Blues, who this season has played almost 70 games for the Ottawa Senators and has 23 points on the season. Rizz, you went with Adam Gaudette. Armin, you went with Kevin Hayes. Correct answer is...
It's Adam Gaudette.
Rizz with another point. Rizz is 3 for 3. He's got a 3-2 lead over Armin. It comes down to this.
Oh, boy.
Sammy Blais wore 3 different jersey numbers while with the St. Louis Blues. Which number did he wear the year the Blues won the Stanley Cup? Neither of you took the options.
Oh, really?
Neither of you took the options. Rizz, you said 3. You said, that's the number that's popping in my head. I got to roll with 3. Armin times that number by 3.
Oh, 9.
He went with 9. Rizz with 3, Armin with 9.
So if Armin gets this right.
If it's 9, Armin wins today 4-3. If it's 3, or literally any other number that a hockey player could wear outside of 9, Rizz wins today. Armin.
If we were on stage, we'd be holding hands right now.
Yeah, you
Armin.
would. You certainly would. Armin.
You have chosen wisely.
It was number 9.
Number 9, you're right.
It was number 9.
I knew it was a single number. Oh, man.
Armin wins today 4-3 over Rizz, who got 3 of the 4 correct, but Rizz
Good for you, buddy.
fell 1 short. Armin, congratulations. Enjoy the weekend, and you'll be back on Monday in the fast lane.
Hey, thanks a lot, fellas. Have a great weekend as well. Be safe, and let's go Blues.
Well said. Nice
Congratulations.
job, Armin. Way to go. Rizz, not a
I
bad
did better
showing.
than I thought.
Not a bad showing at all. 3 of 4. 3 of 4 correct.
You know, once you said 9,
I was about to say, if I gave you the options, 9, 64, 79.
I knew it was a single digit.
So you would have said 9.
I would have said 9. I knew for a fact it was a single digit.
I thought you were going to even say, like, I've got to, you know what, give me the options. Because you earlier on, you said Perron.
I know.
All right, so the punishment is the penalty box. So for one segment, you got to sit back there. You can barely hear, it sucks. You're away from the
I
action.
didn't know there was a punishment.
It's
involved.
tough. Yeah.
I probably would have taken the options.
I got to be honest. Out of all your punishments you've ever served, that probably will be the lightest. So,
Have you guys seen my nipple tattoo?
No.
That you got a third one, right?
Yeah, I lost a punishment once and had to get a nipple tattooed on me.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought your nipple had a tattoo.
No,
it's like an extra nipple.
I have a tattoo of a nipple.
Where?
Yeah. Hope he's showing it. He's showing it for the cameras, too.
Whoa.
We are on YouTube.
Dude,
so.
check this out. Right there.
Oh, wow. That's pretty legit.
That's a legit nipple.
That's a legit punishment is what that is. You're welcome,
That's how the
Snake
men do it.
Yeah.
When's that flavor of ice cream coming out?
Yeah, right? Hi-yo. More Freedom Friday next in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. It's Freedom Friday, which means you get to pick out the topics. And I'm looking at our guy, Scott Rizzuto, right now, who just lost the Gauntlet. And Rizz is not above any sort of punishment, as regular Rizz show fans will attest to. So he is serving.
This is great.
He is serving his punishment in the penalty box for losing. And I looked over, and he had his cell phone out, and he had his flashlight on.
It's dark in this corner.
It is dark in that corner. Now, how's the acoustics?
It's not great here.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
It's people. You're like, you just have to sit in the back, but you're so far away,
yeah,
and the acoustics suck.
I'm far away from the action.
Yep.
This microphone is not great.
No, it's bad.
And this chair sucks.
Yes, it's a legit punishment.
Who ate the armrest?
We think Ferrario.
Jeez,
but we're not sure.
This thing is all torn up.
It's bad. You guys got nice chairs down the hall? Because our chairs are rough.
I mean, they're okay.
Okay. I'll go down there.
They take care of us. They take care of us over there.
We often feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My microphone literally broke off in one segment.
Yeah, we're
in my hand.
We're beachfront property over there.
You certainly are. You certainly are. We're here. Our studio's got character.
You guys are slumming it over on the other end of the hall. I get it.
The exact opposite. All right, Marsh, go.
All right, we get a question from the 618, and it is a question for Rizz.
Okay.
I also grew up out east in New Jersey. What local team did you hate the most? The 618 grew up hating the New Jersey Devils.
I grew up a Ranger fan, New York Ranger fan. I grew up a Yankee fan and a Giant fan. Hated the Mets. Didn't really pay attention to the Devils. It really wasn't.
I thought you were going to say Jets.
I didn't like the Jets either.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really pay much attention. It was the Jets and the Jets, the Nets, and the Devils. Yeah.
Is it whatever?
It was more the Mets I hated.
Okay. Hated the Mets.
Hated the Mets. Although my mother was a Mets fan.
Really?
Yeah, we were a house divided.
Dad?
Yankee fan.
Okay.
Cousins. Aunts, uncles. Yankee fans.
All Yankees. So what happened to Mom?
I don't know.
She went astray.
We lived in Queens for about 8 years, about a couple blocks away from Shea Stadium.
Okay, so for those, yeah.
In Flushing, Queens.
Many of you know, but yeah, the Mets are Queens.
The Mets
Yankees
are Queens,
Bronx.
the Yankees are the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
Did not like the Mets.
Okay. Interesting. But didn't hate anybody football. Well, you had to hate the Cowboys, I'm sure.
Yeah, hated the Cowboys.
Eagles.
Yeah, all the NFC teams.
Gotcha. Washington.
How about you, Anthony? You grew up in like 7 different places.
Yeah, I certainly did. I hated John Elway.
Okay.
Yeah, I hated John Elway and the Broncos. Yeah, did not like the fact that Elway decided that, I don't want to go to the Baltimore Colts. I'll just play baseball instead, and wound up getting to Denver, and they still had success. Then Eli Manning came around. He said, you know what? I don't want to go to San Diego. I want to go to the Giants. They made it happen for me, won 2 Super Bowls. So I guess if you just complain, if you're a quarterback, you'll get traded or wind up with the team you want and win 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, I was when I was a Yankee fan, I mean, in the 80s, the Yankees were terrible. Terrible. And, we hit a hot streak in the, mid to late 90s.
I would say so.
Giants, though, I was a Phil Simms fan, Lawrence Taylor fan. Yeah, I remember
Jeff Hostetler.
Jeff Hostetler when he came in to help win the championship.
Yep.
Those were some fun years.
Bill Parcells.
Big Tuna.
Bill Belichick was your defensive coordinator. Unbelievable.
I always felt bad for the Jet fans, though. It was almost like a pity. Ken O'Brien, I remember, was their quarterback.
Yep.
Mark Gastineau years.
Gastineau.
It was sad.
Yeah. They used to have a player named Jeff Lageman, who was a defensive end. He had like long hair, just an absolute wild machine. I'm like, if he ever played for anybody else, we'd know who Jeff Lageman is.
Yeah.
But now, because he's a Jet. That's what happens.
We got a text from the 217. Does Rizz feel like he's a Ray or A's player in the minor league park being in the 101 studio?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Do I feel like I've gone down to the minor leagues?
So like Yankee Stadium.
I've been reassigned?
Well, really just the studio, right? Like, so you're playing at Yankee Stadium. I mean, every morning.
Yes.
You come down here. Do you feel like you're in Tropicana? Which is where the Rays play.
As long as
not even anymore. They're the Yankees spring training facility.
As long as I got a chair, a microphone, and a place to put my headphones, plug in, it's good. It's fine.
Okay.
No, it's nice here.
It's got to be nicer than Union Station was.
It's decent here.
Yeah, okay.
Rizz likes
It's
the little
acceptable here.
things.
It's acceptable.
This is a guy who laid in a box for 24 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And a Hot Shots.
No other place you'd rather be.
Yes.
Than in a box. We enjoy Hot Shots, though.
I love Hot Shots.
We had our NFC, AFC championship party there when we hosted the show, the pre-show.
I've been at, more Hot Shots locations, I think, than anywhere
Great.
else.
The people at Hot Shots are fantastic. All right. More of your Freedom Friday topics next here on 101 ESPN. If you've ever been car shopping, you know that you can go to a dealership and you go up to somebody and say, "Hey, we were looking online and we found a car that we really liked," and they look at you and like, "Oh, that's in our other lot and it's in a different county, or maybe it's in a freaking cornfield." I don't know. Not at Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum. They've got over 800 new and used vehicles all in one spot. So we're talking about a massive location, great location, but a massive lot right off I-55 in McNutt in Herculaneum. And if you've ever been to Auto Center's Nissan, you know they have over 800 vehicles. They're not using hyperbole here. When it comes to Auto Center's Nissan, they've got credit for everybody. So financing for everybody, I should say. If your credit has seen better days, if you're currently stuck in a loan, Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum, they're confident that anybody that walks through the door, they can finance a vehicle and you can drive away in a brand new Nissan. Tons of glowing reviews. Can't be wrong. Check them out today. Hit up AutoCentersNissan.com to browse that massive selection and tell them Stalter sent you when you head down to Auto Center's Nissan. Big inventory, bigger savings, zero nonsense.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update, driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals pick up a victory yesterday on opening day over the Twins, 5-3 the final score. The Blues also win last night in Nashville over the Predators, 3-2 the final. The Blues will take on the Colorado Avalanche tomorrow, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 2:30. Puck drop is at 3:30. It is Freedom Friday, so get your text into the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. We'll continue Freedom Friday next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Freedom Friday here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter, our guy, Scott Rizzuto, Rizz from the Rizzuto Show. Yep. 105.7 The Point. Also the proud podcast host of the Spread Zone.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
brand new gambling podcast.
Yes, sir.
Having a great time doing that with you.
It's been a lot of fun. You've been on a heater, too, Rizz. My word. You've been handing out some winners.
Yeah, did okay last night, too.
Our guy, Action Jackson.
Sweet 16.
Also
Action
good.
Jackson, I tell you what, man, he is a savant.
He knows his hoops.
He knows his hoops.
Absolutely.
I can't hang with that.
You know, he is one of those guys that throws himself into his hobby, which is the basketball. He loves NBA, too.
It's great when you got time because you got no kids.
Yes. Have you met Marshy?
Oh, hey, buddy.
When you wake up at 2:30 in the morning, Marsh is going to bed.
That's awesome.
No, that's not true. I'm actually still up for another hour.
I was about to say, 3:30 is more his speed. All right, Marsh, what else we got on a Freedom Friday?
All right, so we get a question from Bill. What was the better story, the 1999 Rams or the 2019 Blues?
2019 Blues.
I can't say anything about the 99 Rams. I was here for the Blues.
I mean,
yes, the Blues.
Yeah. Boy, I like the way you did that. Yeah. I also was not here for the 99 Rams. So.
I was about 4 years old.
So you can't really count on. You can't talk about it. So
I mean, I know what happened.
But even though we weren't here, right? The better story. The Rams, as we know, were loaded. Mm-hmm. Like how many Hall of Famers were on that team?
Now losing up some stats here.
Well, losing Trent Green was devastating, but they weren't in dead last midway through the season and then rallied. You know, I mean, they still that was a historic team. So from a storyline, it's got to be the Blues. Dead last,
coaching change,
goaltender that at one point was loaned to the Bruins, minor league affiliate. Like, come on.
So both the Rams and the Blues had incredible underdog stories, but the better story depends on how you define it.
I think the entire season storyline it's the Blues.
It really depends on how you define the better story. So you got Trent Green going down, and Kurt Warner coming in,
right.
And then you got the from worst to first.
Mm-hmm.
January 3rd, 2019, Blues were dead last in the NHL. Rookie goalie Jordan Binnington. Was called up, and he had the historic run.
Yeah,
it depends on how you define.
Plus, Rizz,
better story.
You got a hometown hero, Pat Maroon, too. His only season with the Blues, they won the Cup.
Although the Rams story is more Hollywood. Nobody quarterback becomes an MVP, wins the Super Bowl. The Blues story is more miraculous, from dead last to champions in 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Snapping decades of heartache.
Yeah. It's the Blues.
A toss-up.
No. Rizz. It's the Blues.
Will they make a movie? And listen, love me some Blues. You know that.
No, they won't. A movie like Underdog with
the guy who
Zachary Levi.
Zachary Levi.
Shazam.
Yeah, the Shazam guy.
Okay, here's a good way to put it. If you love Cinderella stories and individual triumphs,
mm-hmm.
the 1999 Rams take it. If you love the team resilience and overcoming the odds, then the 2019 Blues are the better story.
So we're in agreement. It's the Blues.
It's the Blues.
Okay.
How about this one? 2011 Cardinals or 2019 Blues?
Man, the Cardinals they were left for dead in August. Had their miraculous September. We're not favored.
You have to include the World Series in that. You have to include the NLDS.
David Freese. Wow.
The Chris Carpenter game.
The Carpenter game.
I mean, you got the improbable comebacks. You got the clutch moments. You got the resilience as...
I mean, they didn't even make the playoffs until the last day.
2019.
They didn't even win their way into the playoffs. They had to wait till...
They had to wait until the Braves choked.
Till the Braves
Okay, here we
choked.
go. Here's a fun fact about the 2011 Cardinals. On August 25th, 2011, the Cardinals were 10.5 games behind in the NL wildcard race with just 32 games left.
Yeah.
They won on an insane 23-9 run while the Braves collapsed, clinching a playoff spot on the final day of the season. Then you got the Squirrel.
Riley Squirrel.
Chris Carpenter outdueling Roy Halladay.
One of the greatest games
In a
ever.
1-0 shutout. In the NLCS, you knock out the Brewers. And then you got the Game 6 magic.
Yeah.
Whoo, man.
Not to forget Albert Pujols' 3-home run game in Texas.
Oh, all right. Well, but we gotta make a declaration here. So 2019 Blues or the 2011 Cardinals.
So, okay. Do you want to throw the 99 Rams in there too still?
Nope. The Rams that one has been eliminated.
Blues had the most improbable turnaround. The 2011 Cardinals had the most dramatic postseason.
You know, for me, guys, I think the answer is obvious. And it, of course, is, you know.
Which had more on the edge of your seat moments?
I'll tell you this. I think it's It's Freedom Friday here on 101 ESPN. Rizz from the Rizzuto Show, Anthony Stalter, and our guy Andrew Marsh, who's got our next Freedom Friday topic. Marsh, go.
All right, this comes from a fellow named Jeremy Rutherford.
JR.
I know him.
Yeah, our Blues insider
He
from the
texted the
Athletic.
show?
Well, he texted you, Anthony.
No, yeah, he did.
And he also put a post out on X. And he has a new article out on The Athletic. And it says, nearly 3 years after the St. Louis Blues drafted Jimmy Snuggerud, the right winger is headed to the NHL. Snuggerud, 20, is expected to sign an entry-level contract and will report to the team, according to a source close to the player. It's not yet known if Snuggerud will be in the lineup against the Colorado Avalanche on Saturday afternoon. It would seem doubtful since the Blues have 2 days off after the game, which would provide him with a couple of practices before a 3-game homestand begins on Tuesday.
So what does that mean?
So that would mean that Teach Me How to Snuggie will be a St. Louis Blue and not a Thunderbird.
No Thunderbird?
No. Now, when will he play? We don't know. But
it does. So it doesn't look like tomorrow.
Doesn't look like tomorrow. I wouldn't think it'd be tomorrow.
So and they're back in town Monday.
I would think it'd be Monday.
Huh.
I would think it'd be Monday.
So I wonder where he's going. Does he meet the team in Colorado, sign his deal, travel back with the team?
I would think so. I don't think
the Avalanche
I
game?
think he would just come straight
here?
to St. Louis. Yeah.
Really?
What's the point of? Yeah. I mean, that's what he said. He said that he's not going to play on Saturday.
Correct. But
against the old Abs.
Why not just get him out there?
Put him in a suit. Put him up in the press box.
Exactly. You're a Blue now, son. You join the Blues.
Get him on the team. Get him on the plane with the team.
Just saying. But no, Monday will likely be.
That's
his
exciting.
first opportunity. It is. So now the question, of course,
They play Tuesday.
Monday, but Tuesday will be the game then.
You think he plays Tuesday?
Yeah. I do. That's a delicate balance now,
Well,
right?
it's all pending a hernia check. We know that.
Yeah, of course. Always the hernia check
Always.
first. But if you're Jim Montgomery, don't you want to get him just boom right away action, and then transition him to the press box?
Well, you know what it is. That. They're playing Tuesday. So Tuesday is April 1st, April Fool's Day.
Oh wow!
Does that play into it?
Do you act like you're releasing a veteran?
Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that.
But, well, you're not listening. And then say, April Fools.
April Fools.
Not only is Braden Shen still a Blue,
but we got Snuggerud.
But we got Snuggerud too. Like, would you do that?
Yeah.
It's a risk, but it's a risk that you're willing to take, right? No.
Yeah, I would take that risk. Again, it's show business. Come on.
Exactly. Marsh doesn't like it. Marsh doesn't like anything about this conversation.
Well, it reminds me of, I think it was Chase Utley back in the day who was told on April Fool's Day that he was traded for Kobayashi, who was the hot dog eating contest guy. And he believed everybody. It was an April Fool's joke.
Did he not know who Kobayashi was?
I guess not.
So by signing with the Blues now, Snuggerud ensures that the team won't face a situation where his rights are traded away. That's one of the key factors here, too. If he had returned to Minnesota for his senior season, the Blues would have had until August 15th, 2026 to sign him or risk losing him in terms of trading his rights. So that was one thing that JR also mentioned in his Athletic article. What this means for the Blues, Snuggerud's arrival could be significant for the team's playoff push, but his exact role for the remainder of the season is still unclear. Typically, when a college player signs with an NHL team, there is an informal agreement to include him in the lineup. However, given the Blues' playoff situation, playing time will be decided on a game-by-game basis. I would think that Snuggerud would also understand that.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a text from the 314. Why would they put him in when we are in a playoff push right now? He has never played at the level that these guys are playing at. It doesn't seem like the right time.
No, I understand that, but you could also have made that, even with the injuries and things. I realize it's not a complete apples-to-apples comparison, but Dvorsky got some time right away.
Did well?
Yeah, he did great. He had an excellent game. I think that if you're Montgomery, based on what we saw with Dvorsky, I do think that Snuggerud will get an opportunity. Will it be Tuesday? I might be wrong on that. But I do think he gets some playing time before the end of the regular season. And then he transitions to, being a watcher, a participant, a non-participant, I should say.
Man,
but it's tough.
I don't envy Jim Montgomery. We still have Dalibor Dvorsky.
But wouldn't he just take Dvorsky's spot then? Because Dvorsky, it's not like Dvorsky was going to see a lot of ice time either, right?
But that's the whole point, though, isn't it?
To get him their reps,
to get him some reps if he's going to be on the team, which he's going to be.
Right.
Like, I don't think, in other words, what I'm saying is I don't think that he joins the team and he's just going to go right up to the press box and that's it. I do think that Jim Montgomery is going to get this kid his first taste. Time. Yes. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he enters the lineup and, my God, here we go. He's going to be a big time player down the stretch. I'm saying he gets a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, let's put him in, see what he can do.
Yeah.
World's best cup of coffee?
World's best cup of coffee. That's right. Often found in New York around Christmas time.
Oh, I saw one actually down the road that said world's best cup of coffee.
Okay.
I almost walked in and said congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
But I didn't, though, because you're right. There's another one that is in New York. And
correct.
Well, you would know, Rizz.
What?
You're from New York.
Do they have the world's best cup of coffee?
I don't know.
Oh, jeez. I thought part of the thing that we had you on the show was
we're not
to
known
talk about
for
that.
Coffee.
Wow.
That's a Seattle thing.
That's true. You're known for pizza, though.
Known for pizza, yeah.
Love that pizza.
Have you been to Sbarro's?
Yes.
Delicious.
That's why I come to my favorite pizza place.
So the 618 says the Leafs did the same thing with Matthew Nyes, and he went off in the playoffs. That is the other side of it.
Yeah.
Like, you bring this guy in, he plays really well, and all of a sudden he's a part of your recipe to win playoff games, win a playoff round, and perhaps win the Stanley Cup. Now, it didn't work for the Leafs, and it hasn't in a while.
Okay, but what am I picking up on from you? I'm picking up on some stank.
No, you're picking up on me having been, just the most, growing up, just the most superstitious person.
Okay.
And these 12 guys, Anthony, these 12 guys are the reason why you have a playoff spot right now.
Sure, but you're still going to have to, somebody's going to get bumped. Regardless, because he's going to be a Blue. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to be on the roster. So the next
Somebody's got to sit.
Yeah.
Who's sitting?
So the next step would be to get him some ice time.
I understand that. I don't think he will just sit the rest of the season. I think he'll get some playing time.
Yeah.
But you have to pick and choose when the right game is to do that.
Of course.
And maybe it is against Detroit.
What are the next games? Detroit, and then Pittsburgh, and
You've
then
got...
You can't be dropping games at this point just because you want to get this guy in. And I know he's a great player.
It's not the priority. It is a priority. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You've got Colorado, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Colorado, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Seattle, and Utah. You'll find a.
And you're also not talking about a scrub here.
No.
No, he's not a scrub. And that's why, like, if you do put him in, like, I'm not going to bitch and moan about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm superstitious. I'd like to see, the guys who have gotten you here to continue playing that way. I think they deserve it.
I understand. What I'm saying is when Snuggerud scores, I don't want you to see you celebrating at all.
Well, I'm a North Dakota guy.
You're not celebrating this moment with us. Rizz and I.
We're excited.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
There we go.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll be the hater. I'll be the hater.
They're going to be people wearing Snuggies in the
yes.
in the stands?
Yep.
Is that going to be a thing?
Yeah. It's going to be Moon.
It's going to be a thing.
It's going to be Moon. I can see
Boy Moon?
Yeah.
Wearing a Snuggie?
I think Moon's going to be there.
No, let's pack the Enterprise with Snuggies. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Tell you who won't be there. Marsh.
Come on, man. They'll be at Busch Stadium watching this unbelievable Cardinals
celebrating
team.
Another Cardinals victory, I'm sure. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN, and we've got more Freedom Friday. This is the part of the show where Rizz will be embarking on his 8th hour of radio today.
Yes.
So this should be fun.
I'm starting to get delirious.
1 hour left for Rizz. 1 hour left on a Freedom Friday. Let's keep sending in those topics. Next on 101 ESPN. When it comes to the right remodeling company, trust me on this, call my friends at Mosby Building Arts at 314-909-1800. You can also visit Mosby.com and schedule a free consultation today, and you can see the difference that I did with Mosby Building Arts. So we had Mosby out. It's just part of a bid to get an idea of how much it was going to cost to replace doors that were causing a leak in our basement. And, man, we had other people out. They're like, oh yeah, just replace the doors, no problem. Mosby was one of the only companies that said, no, your actual issue is behind these patio steps, these concrete patio steps, that the water was getting behind there, and just the depth of knowledge that Mosby had. One of the many reasons that made them the right remodeling company. They also have honest pricing, so they're not like some of these other companies or contractors that you hire to do this big-time project within your home, only to realize that week 2, week 3, they start to add cost. You know what? This is going to be a little bit more pricey than we thought. We're going to add some things. Not Mosby Building Arts. The pricing up front is honest. They do high-quality work. The designers are fantastic. Trustworthy construction team that knows what they're talking about, and you see it right when you have that free consultation. So, again, I'm going to hand out the number. Call Mosby. 314-909-1800. Tell them Stalter sent you, or visit callmosby.com to schedule a free consultation. Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company. Well, on the same day that the Grizzlies have fired head coach Taylor Jenkins in his 6th season, according to ESPN Shams Charania.
You got it.
The Blues have announced a 3-year entry-level contract with the one and only Jimmy Snuggerud.
So you don't have a breaking news?
Oh, yeah, we certainly do.
We do.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let's do that again. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. Well, on the same day that the Grizzlies have fired head coach Taylor Jenkins. Marsh.
You blew it, man.
Come on.
What are you talking about? You said, hey, let's do it. And I did
let's do it over again. Let's do it over again.
You wanted me.
He was going to do a lead in, and then you kind of hit it.
Take 3.
All right, let's try one more time.
All right, don't try to pronounce the ESPN reporter name. You screwed that up.
Sure. Yeah. Well, on the same day that the Memphis Grizzlies have fired their head coach, Taylor Jenkins, the Blues also made a move.
101 ESPN breaking news alert.
Rizz has got the details.
Oh, this is from the St. Louis Blues, an official press release coming out at 5 p.m., exactly 5 p.m.
On a Friday.
St. Louis Blues president of hockey operations and general manager Doug Armstrong announced today that the team has signed forward Jimmy Snuggerud to a 3-year entry-level contract. He will join the Blues for practice Monday at Centene Community Ice Center. Snuggerud, 20, was originally drafted by the Blues in the first round, number 23 overall in the 2022 NHL Draft. This season, his junior year at the University of Minnesota, he was named a captain of the Gophers and led the team with 24 goals, 27 assists, and 51 points overall in 40 games. Nationally, he shared 6th in goals and 5th in points, earning Big Ten first-team All-Star honors for the second consecutive season and receiving a selection as a top 10 finalist for the Hobey Baker Award, the top collegiate player. He finished his tenure at Minnesota as one of only 3 players in Gophers history to score 20 or more goals in 3 consecutive seasons to begin his collegiate career. So there you go.
And Jeremy Rutherford, our Blues insider with The Athletic, also tweeting out that the Blues say Snuggerud will join the team at practice on Monday. So the Blues stayed in Nashville, practiced today. Afterward, Monty said that Buchnevich feels really good and will be in the lineup Saturday against Colorado. So some other Blues news. But again, Snuggerud will join the team at practice on Monday. Now, I think that the Blues will likely, Rizz, get some ice time for Snuggerud. I don't know if that's going to be Tuesday night against Detroit, at home here in Detroit against Detroit, but they're going to play him at some point. Now, Marsh disagrees, and Marsh would stick him up in the penalty box or the press box and never, ever look back.
I would think they would want to get him
sometime.
His first game at home. So you got Red Wings Tuesday, Thursday at home, Penguins, and then and then I guess Avalanche.
You've got two opportunities.
Yeah.
You've got 2 opportunities against the Red Wings and Penguins coming up next week.
The next 3 games are at home.
There you go.
My point is, don't put the guy in there and just if you're a fan, don't expect him to just be in the lineup every single night.
Did you not see what he did last night?
Yeah, he had 2 goals against UMass.
That's right. And UMass is advancing to what?
Dude, his first game is going to be, he's going to have 4 goals and 7 assists.
Great. That'd be awesome.
You watch.
Marsh,
I'll take your word for it.
We're coming off. Honestly, this has not been a great time to be a St. Louis sports fan.
This negativity is
it's
unbecoming
been
of you.
And the Blues win their 7th straight last night. 8th straight last night.
I don't know if you heard the Cardinals won opening day.
They did.
It was a very positive day. What a positive sports
They're on track for a 162-0 season. The Battlehawks, our Battlehawks,
play tonight.
Tonight against the Roughnecks of Houston. Everybody's feeling good. Now Snuggerud comes up.
Sunday, City SC plays.
Yes. True. With a backup goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because our guy got the hand injury.
What's your point, Anthony?
And you got to just crap on everybody's parade.
Yeah, the negativity is...
I'm not trying to crap everyone. I'm not trying to crap at all, Anthony.
You're trying to pee on everybody's parade.
I'm not peeing at all. I'm just saying, don't expect him to play every single game.
No, nobody's
got any expectations, pal.
Yeah.
Anthony, you're trying to put him in the lineup like he's a 10-year vet.
What I'm trying to do is get the kids some ice time, just a cup of coffee. That is
fine.
it.
That's fine.
And that's what I've been saying now Rizz, back me up on this.
Let him get acclimated. You know, it's like putting a goldfish in the tank.
Right.
You got to get him acclimated first.
Exactly. You can't just dump them in.
You can't just dump them in.
You got to get you keep the fish. You got to keep the goldfish in the bag, and then you put it in the water.
That's great, Anthony. Every single game matters right now for the Blues.
What number is he going to wear?
I'm going to guess right now. I'm going to say 82. He was 81 in college. 18 is taken because of Robert Thomas. 81 is taken because of Dylan Holloway. I'll say 82.
I'm not big on high numbers unless you're a defensive end or a wide receiver, you know? I don't know. I don't love the high numbers. Give him
Pick a number.
9.
9.
Single digit 9. That's probably somebody.
What
right
about
now.
8?
What was
The
the
old
number in
snowman?
college?
81.
Who's got 1?
Nobody.
Well, that's a goalie number.
I mean, you could give it to him.
Couldn't give it to him.
Nah, I just did.
Or 8.
No, you can't do that.
The Blues not have any single. They don't have any single digits. Not a one.
Well, there's a lot of retired numbers.
Sure, but you gotta have one. Snuggerud's number 9.
Is 8 retired?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, we're spitballing here.
No, yeah. There are no wrong answers.
I'm just throwing numbers out.
There are no wrong answers.
I'm sticking with 82.
What about 11?
Okay, here are the numbers that are retired.
I think it's retired.
Al McInnes is number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Gassoff's number 3. Sorry, Rizz.
Okay, yeah.
Bob Plager's number 5. Barclay Plager's number 8.
Okay, that's off the table.
And Brian Suter's number 11. Of course,
Off the table.
Brett Hull's number 16. And number 24, Bernie Federko. And Chris Pronger's number 44. We got a lot
82.
of options here.
I'm saying 82.
82.
I say 9.
Is there an 88?
Gator agrees. 9 is the best number. Thank you, Gator. It's my favorite number.
88?
88 would be available.
Yeah. Isn't Alex Texier number 9?
No, he's not number 9. Alex Texier is number... Hold on here.
Yeah, Waterboy in the snake
number
pit says
25.
give him an emoji.
Oh, wait, no, it's his age.
Give him an
That's his
emoji.
age. My bad. Texier's number 9.
He'll be the son of a. He could be the first player with an emoji as a number.
An emoji.
Yeah.
The fire emoji.
No, you're right,
Thumbs
Marsh.
up.
82. I'm sticking
Texier's
with
number
it.
9.
Or they'll give him some gross number like
Maybe
56.
Maybe you release Texier, and then that number becomes
Anthony.
available.
Jeez,
No,
why are you trying to crap all over the team right
I'm
now? The guy
sorry.
scored 2 goals
I just want him
in
to have number
back-to-back
9.
games this week.
By the way, Broberg's number 6. Letty's number 4. They got a plenty of... I went in the wrong column. I'll be completely honest with you. It's the 5 o'clock hour on a Friday. I looked at the wrong column. I looked at their age.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of 25. They've handed out 25 multiple times, according to me. All right. Yeah, fine. Whatever number you want.
82.
Sure. I'm a big number guy. It may not seem it after the stunt I just pulled, but
No, I'm
I'm
curious.
big on numbers.
Yeah, this is going to be a blue for a long time.
Right. You got to have a decent number.
You have to have a decent number.
Like Kyrie's going to be here a while. 25, solid number.
A number that represents you well.
Robert the Thomas, 18, great.
It's a great number.
Solid. You know, Marshy's just out here handing bad numbers.
82. That's a solid number.
82 doesn't look good. It's
But
weird.
Does
It's weird.
81 look good?
81 looks good.
What about 88?
That's what I said. 88.
88
would be great.
I could see it.
You know what?
Patrick Kane.
All in favor?
Or number 88.
88 would be great.
88, all in favor, all say aye.
Aye.
All right, I'll go with
Done.
88.
There we go. All right. I like that. I like it a lot.
What about 69, Anthony? That's your favorite number.
I certainly like 69 as well. Wouldn't look good, though, on that jersey. That sweater.
Willie says give him 91.
I like what we did here.
88?
We went double snowman.
Right.
I like it. 88. All right. More pearls of wisdom from this show and more topics
We're
from
doing
you
great.
next on 101 ESPN. right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. A couple of more Freedom Friday topics for you via you and the Air Comfort Service text line. Marsh, what do the people want to talk about now?
From the 314, am I the only one on Team Mo? I get why he gets hated, but I like him. He's led a great team for 18 years with a ring, a pennant, and lots of good decisions. Sure, he's made some bad moves recently, but the hate is crazy. I loved his smirk as everyone was booing him yesterday.
And they tried to make a big deal out of it, too. Like, I know, listening to John Hewlett, the great John Hewlett, announce, his final season, future Hall of Famer, I think I heard as well.
Yeah, I could see that, I
think I heard future Hall of Famer, John Mozeliak. And then you could clearly, on the radio side of things, hear the boo birds.
Hear the boo birds. First of all, I'd like to thank John for listening to the show, John Mozeliak, and texting in. Just there talking about John's career. I didn't know that Mo listened. And no, it's a very measured. I think that's a very mature comment that texter had.
When did he stop wearing the bow tie?
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while,
now.
right?
Yeah, 5 or 6 years now, I feel like.
Do you feel like once he took the bow tie off, that was it?
I feel like once he traded 2 future aces for Marcelo Zuna, that's what did it.
I always thought he looked kind of dapper.
Yeah, he did.
Although one of my personal policies is to never trust a man in a bow tie.
I didn't mind the bow tie. What I did mind is sometimes he would do the sweater over the like a collared shirt,
the country club.
The
country club tie. Tie up front.
I do not dress well at all. I have no taste at all. I don't like that look though. I don't love the country club look at all. To me, I'd like to take the 2 sides of that and just,
When did he start as GM?
He started in 2008, I think. He took over for Walt Jocketty. So his first maybe it was 09. His first big move was Matt Holliday. I mean, he's had, to me, if you look at his career, if we're just being fair, let's just be fair.
Please.
Matt, he trades for Matt Holliday and is able to re-sign him. He completely revamped the bullpen in one deal for Colby Rasmus in 2011, which, of course, led to the World Series run. You can criticize him for losing Albert, but you wouldn't have had Adam Wainwright, Yadier Molina, and perhaps a handful of other guys, too, if you decided to if Albert agreed to the deal that was in place. Because let's not mince words here. They offered Albert. He just took the bigger deal and
bringing in Arenado and Goldschmidt.
He fleeced the Red Sox multiple times, the biggest being for John Lackey when he traded Alan Craig and Joe Kelly for him. He's had a lot of successes. Where he has come up short, in my opinion, it has been free agency, but he's got a boss. And that boss has given him a very strict, this is your budget.
The guy with the money.
Exactly. I'm not going to sign off on any. What the Phillies have done, what the Dodgers are doing, you want to credit the GM for, signing like Dave Dombrowski. Here's a blank checkbook. Go sign who you want. I want to win. Mo, you're giving him a restriction. This is your budget. Sign whoever you want. So there is some freedom to it, but again, you're tapped out. I think he was a little short-sighted with some of the free agency moves where, Mike Leake, Dexter Fowler, these guys that, hey, they're at the top of the free agent pile. We need a center fielder and we want a leadoff hitter. Well, Dexter Fowler's it. Was Dexter Fowler a good player when you signed him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gave him an extra year, but that's going to be with any GM.
Here's also my thinking. Yeah. So it's opening day, and they ask you, hey, do you want to be introduced? You know it's coming.
Yeah. I think you still have to, right?
Yeah, I would go,
Let the kids have the moment.
Yeah. I don't need to. You don't need to say my name.
It's your last one. It's your last one.
Do you want that as your last opening day, knowing?
Yeah. Right.
Knowing the boos are coming. The boos. It was 2 years in a row the boos came.
Yeah. I will say this, too, and I think a lot of people will disagree with this.
You ain't going to have Mo to push around anymore after this season, huh?
Nah, you bloom. You'd Heim bloom. I will say this, Rizz. I think this organization can be a little, they're not always the most self-aware organization. I think Mo knows. I think Mo knows what the perception is of the fan base. Because he's made comments. He's been here long enough. He knows the expectations are high. He's had some moments where, he's kind of shown some defensiveness and sensitivity, but who wouldn't? Like, he's in that spot. You're not in the arena he's in the arena. He's the one that's in the arena making those decisions. I think he's aware of what the perception is of him, and that can't feel good with anybody that's prideful of their job.
You also have to have a thick skin.
You do.
Knowing what kind of job you have.
Yeah.
And such a rabid fan base.
Absolutely. But it is time. It's time. It's time to move on. He's been here long enough.
Who's next man up?
Bloom. Chaim Bloom, who was with the Tampa Bay Rays organization, then was the GM for the Red Sox, and then he's been a consultant for the last 2 years or so. Yeah. But John says, Chaim Bloom not scare anybody after what he got for Mookie Betts. Yes. That was a bad deal. So when Bloom was in Boston, the ownership said, we want you to get under the luxury tax. So imagine you're a new GM or president of baseball operations for the Boston Red Sox. Proud moment, big moment. And they say, hey, slash payroll. Go for it. And still put a winner out there. The deal that he'd made for Mookie Betts was horrendous. Like, he got Alex Verdugo back, and maybe Raphael was still in that deal. I can't remember. But it was a bad deal. But still, if you're Bloom, trade one of our best players so that we can slash payroll. My point is, I don't know if he got a fair shake in Boston. So we'll see what Bloom can do here in the Lou. But anyways, Marsh, what else you got?
All right, we are having multiple people text in asking us what our thoughts are on the whole LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith feud.
Never thought you'd ask. This is big news.
So Rizz has been chomping at the bit.
Do you know what this is all about?
Well, I know some of the back and forth, but it is you're about to get to it, so I'll shut my mouth.
So
but
LeBron
it
James,
is escalated.
Stephen A. Smith are going back and forth after LeBron confronted Stephen A. courtside after a Los Angeles Lakers game a couple weeks ago, and Stephen A. has commented on the conversation on his show and several other podcasts. On Wednesday, LeBron was on Pat McAfee's show on ESPN.
Right.
And he talked about the confrontation. And the basis of the conflict surrounds LeBron's son, Bronny. And it's something that people have been talking about. Bronny drafted by the Lakers last summer. Stephen A. has been critical of the move, and Bronny's playing during the NBA season.
Right.
So do you have the audio there of LeBron?
Yes.
Here's LeBron on Pat McAfee's show.
Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players.
So that's LeBron talking about the confrontation.
Right.
And then Stephen A., he came back and said this.
I was never on Bronny James. I wouldn't do that to the James family. I was talking about one person and one person only. We may never speak in life again. I'm fine with it. I ain't Shannon Sharp. It ain't GOAT status this way. My GOAT is Michael Jordan. I know a GOAT when I see one.
So the knife he's just twisting. Yeah. LeBron, when you talk about that, like, it's my job to protect my own damn family and the league or the players or whatever. No, it's not. Nobody's asked you to do that. Nobody's asked you to do that. I don't think, and I could be wrong in this, but I don't think Stephen A. Smith ever got personal with, like, Bronny. It was more.
It's a weird situation.
This kid isn't an NBA or
he's not an
NBA player.
He's not traveling with the team, right? Is that what
he's part of the. He's going back. He's
going back to the
G League. Yeah.
So he's not traveling with the team. He'll play sometimes when they're at home.
Right.
Go to the G League. It's a weird situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked how at the beginning of the season they tried to make it a big deal.
Yes.
Remember they tried to hype it up like LeBron is playing with his son.
Yep.
And they tried to hype it up, but nobody really cared.
Right.
It didn't have the
pizzazz.
It didn't have the pizzazz.
Yeah, because this kid was not, and I'm not being critical here. Let's just call it what it is. He was at USC, and he wasn't some big time star. He did not lead USC in some big time run himself. So there wasn't a lot of fanfare, to your point, Rizz, because there wasn't really anything to get excited about. This from the start has been LeBron wanting to play with his son, and those two playing together at the same time. And this has all been about LeBron and his family. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what Stephen A. Smith's point was.
Well, to their credit, though, Bronny James has been better than the two guys picked behind him in the second round.
Sure.
And the other night, he actually had a pretty good game last week. They took on the Bucks. He had 30 minutes, had 17 points, went 7 from 10, 2 for 4 from 3, had 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and a block.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good line for a young player, second rounder. So I think he's getting better as the season rolls along.
Yeah.
But
I think how he entered the league is what people are focused on. Yes. Would he have gotten that shot if LeBron James wasn't his father?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Think about the greatest father-son combos in pro sports. Who's
Griffey's?
Is it the Griffey's?
The Griffey's for me.
Is it the Bonzes?
The Bonzes.
Is it the Guerreros?
Vlad and Vlad
Jr.
Vlad and Vlad. Hull.
Is it Archie, Peyton, Eli?
Ooh, that's a good fan.
Is it Howie Long, Chris Long?
You talk about like two of the.
Is it Bobby and Brett Hall? Is it Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
That's a solid one too.
Yeah,
good one.
That is solid.
I'm trying to think of the best father and son pro sport combo.
I'll say Griffey.
The Griffies.
I'll say the Griffies. What about you guys?
Man, I like the Earnhardts.
I say Earnhardt's pretty good.
The Earnhardts are pretty good. You don't think of NASCAR.
They collected some checkered flags along the way.
I'll say the Griffies too.
What about the Hulls? Bobby and Brett.
I mean, that's unbelievable as well. DLW 1904, the Tatiste.
It's a good one.
Fernando Tatiste.
You have the Bichettes as well.
Bo and Dante. The holidays are going to lead that charge after it's all said and done. ND 2020.
What about Howie Long and Chris Long?
Two like impact players. Howie Long and the Raiders, obviously, and then Chris Long, obviously with the Rams, but also won Super Bowls with the Eagles and Patriots. Mm-hmm. Chris Long was a stud.
Yeah, and so was Howie.
And so was Howie. Yep. Those are some good ones. I don't think you can go wrong with
Your
that.
heart
with that
says
list.
the Griffies, though.
My heart says the Griffies.
My heart says the Earnhardts.
Okay. And you're going with the Griffies as well.
I'll go with the Griffies.
Okay.
Although the Guerreros is a good one, too.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I think a sneaky one.
I used to love watching his dad. No batting gloves, left-handed, just a beast.
Oh, Dick and Pete Weber.
Oh, the bowlers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Kachucks?
Oh, another great one.
Wow.
They didn't play together, but.
Wow. When it's all said and done, it might be
that
them.
That story is yet to be completed.
Yeah.
Especially if Matthew wins, another one or so. Brady ever wins one. Yeah, it'd be pretty good. All right. Good stuff there, Rizz. You really just threw a grenade into the mix.
Well, that's why I'm here, man.
Yeah, you are. Look at you.
It's in the 5 o'clock hour, too. What time is it?
It's 5:30.
Oh, 5:30. Yeah. I got a half hour left for the week on the radio.
You're going to go home flying.
Let's go.
Yeah. Anthony, if you threw a grenade in here, I know you'd jump on it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No doubt. Just like Captain America did,
absolutely.
Of course, in the very first Captain America.
Of course.
I know exactly where you're going. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We do have to do Bet the Board, so why don't we do that next? But we'll also sneak in another Freedom Friday question. But Rizz has been hot, so maybe he's got one Sweet 16 play for you for Bet the Board. That's next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Jimmy Snuggerud is a St. Louis Blue. How about that, gentlemen? We talked about Jimmy Snuggerud a lot today. If you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Jimmy Snuggerud has turned pro. He will join the Blues for practice on Monday. The Blues will take on the Colorado Avalanche tomorrow. And you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 2:30. Puck drop is at 3:30. The Cardinals will take on the Twins tomorrow with a 1:15 first pitch. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we'll have some Sweet 16 action for you with the pregame starting right after the show at 6 o'clock. We have Bet the Board coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Before we get to our final Freedom Friday question, actually, we probably won't even get to that, I'll be honest. We screwed up this clock so much today. But, you know, we've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun, Rizz. Okay. They don't give you a clock down there.
No, I get to do what I want.
Yeah, darn right. I think your ratings have earned you that right.
The governor's off, man. Let's go.
All right, let's do Bet the Board. So, Rizz, you have been red hot.
With my college basketball picks.
With your college basketball picks. In our podcast.
So I got to pick one.
Up. Yes, just one tonight.
I got to pick one. Okay, so...
Actually, you know what? Hold on. How about this? You're going to pick one for Jamie, and you're going to pick one for Carey. All right?
Okay.
So if you got two, give us two. But, Marsh, what are the standings? We still got to do this in order.
So, Anthony, you have 11 points. I have 10 points. Jamie has 8 points. He picked one up yesterday because his Philadelphia Flyers
came up with
won
an upset.
A hockey game.
Yeah.
Carey is at 7.
All right, I'm going to take the Ole Miss Rebels plus 3.5, please. The Ole Miss Rebels plus 3.5. They're playing Michigan State in the first game of this Sweet 16 slate tonight. And I think Ole Miss could win outright. I said the same thing about BYU last night, Rizz, and BYU finished third in that game against Alabama. Not great. So I'll take Ole Miss plus 3.5.
Give me the Blues to score at least 3 goals tomorrow, over 2.5 team total against the Colorado Avalanche.
Not a bad play. You sick, you know what.
All right, this will be for Jamie.
For Jamie Rivers.
So Michigan, Auburn tonight at 8:39, not 8:38, 8:39 p.m. at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. Auburn's laying the 8.5. I'm taking Michigan.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine.
Taking Michigan.
Okay.
That's for Jamie.
All right.
And then we got Purdue-Houston. That's at 9:09 p.m. at the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Over-under is a 133.5. I am going with the over.
Okay.
And that is for Carey Davis.
That's for Carey Davis. So Carey has gotten the over 133.5 for the Purdue-Houston game. And Jamie received Michigan plus 8.5. There you go. There you have it. A couple of Sweet 16 games. If you're going to pick one upset tonight, now, you said Michigan plus 9, but I don't think you see them pulling off the outright upset, do you?
You know, I have Auburn in my Final Four, but man, something in my bones is telling me it's a Michigan night.
What? Nah. I could see them keeping it close, but Auburn's a juggernaut right now. I think you stick with your bracket.
Something in my bones is telling me it's a Michigan night.
It's a maize and blue night. I think Ole Miss can win outright against Michigan State. The other interesting game, and we didn't hit on it because we didn't do a pick, but Kentucky and Tennessee tonight. Kentucky has beaten Tennessee twice already this season, but it's Tennessee that's favored by 4.5, which would scream to me, sorry Zoosh, but to lay the points, because it's one of those is like, it doesn't make sense. You're giving me 4.5. with a team that's already won twice against the opponent it will have tonight.
This is the first ever NCAA tournament matchup between these two teams.
How about that?
And both teams' storied histories, their first time ever meeting up.
Which is crazy because even Texas Tech played Arkansas. The matchup we saw last night, of course, the greatest comeback in sports history. We saw that in the bubble. That exact matchup in the bubble. But Tennessee and Kentucky has never faced
Can
each
I
other.
make a score prediction?
Of course.
I'm going to say, write this down. Tennessee. 74. Kentucky. 66.
Really? So by 8, you've got them.
You want to hear something crazy? My buddy's dad predicted a correct score last night. For $5, he won $855.
Man, shut your mouth. What
Not
was
kidding.
it?
Here, let me look it up real quick.
Tennessee 74, Kentucky 66.
Write it down, folks. Rizz has been handing out winners left and right.
It was
getting too cocky now.
The Florida-Maryland game.
Okay.
He had Florida winning 87-71. $5 wager paid out $855.
Good God. Good for him.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? You are sweating this thing. And I didn't see the end of that game, so I don't know if there was any last second buckets in that one. But could you imagine sweating that thing out in the final seconds if you've got that exact score?
So Michigan State, Ole Miss, over under is 144. What are you feeling? Under? Feeling the under.
For the Ole Miss and Michigan State?
Michigan State, feeling the under.
Okay, yeah. I can get on board with that. Under for Ole Miss. Well, now over 7-3 in their last 10. Michigan State, though, the under is 8-2. So maybe a clash in styles in that one. I got to look this up, Marsh. I have to look this up now. I have to know.
Look it up, Anthony.
All right. So the last bucket was scored with 20. No. Wow. The last bucket was scored 25 seconds. So you have that bet at 87 and 71.
That's a long 25 seconds.
That's a long ass 25 seconds. Florida fouled. Maryland missed a free throw.
Ooh.
Florida grabbed the board at 24 seconds and must have ate it.
Wow.
That free throw was only worth $5. But in essence, it was also worth 800 and whatever.
55.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's going to happen tonight for all of us that go with
certainly
Tennessee 74, Kentucky 66.
That's
right.
it.
All right, we'll wrap things up next on 101 ESPN.
Tomorrow, some of us will wake up and it will be our last day on this earth. It will be unexpected and without warning. Each year, 250,000 people will die from medical malpractice, the third leading cause of death in America. 43,000 will die in a car or truck crash. 6,000 will die working on the job. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, and we represent many of these families. It's awful. Unfortunately, many times some of these family members are not speaking and never get to say, I'm sorry or goodbye. If you're at odds with a loved one, listen closely. Pick up the phone. Call them. Say you're sorry. I promise a huge burden will be lifted from your heart and your soul will be renewed. Even if you're not wrong in your own mind, it doesn't matter. Death is bad enough. Death without closure and love will follow you the rest of your days. Trust me on this. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Welcome to Markdown Days. At number 1, Frank Lita Mitsubishi in Bridgeton. They're marking down prices on everything. Plus, every vehicle is just $29 down. $29. So put your tax refund in the bank. Coach, what's the game plan?
It's going to take championship caliber offers.
0% financing?
You betcha. Acres of new Mitsubishis with 0% financing for 60 months.
Plus acres of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at markdown prices.
Hey, what if I don't make the cut?
Don't sweat it. All you need is a job and $29 down. $29.
Oh, and the confetti is falling.
You could save thousands.
Get to Markdown Days
at Missouri's #1 Mitsubishi dealer, Frank Lita Mitsubishi.
In the automotive outlet in Bridgeton.
YesLita.com.
YesLita.com.
#1 based on the National Mitsubishi Report, 2425.
25 Outlander, yes. 32.2, 29 down, 535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
This is the Fast Lane, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling.
If you missed anything from today's show, this Freedom Friday show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or your Dobbs Tire Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts, of course, brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Our thanks to the one and only Scott Rizzuto of the Rizzuto Show. Rizz, it's been a lot of fun, man. Thank you.
I had a good time.
Thanks for doubling up.
Notice I'm standing up right now.
You're good. You're like ready
to drive home.
Ready to rock.
Let's go.
8 hours of radio in the books for Rizz. But no, man, seriously, this was fantastic.
Anytime.
I appreciate it. Marshy appreciates it. The listeners appreciate it. BK appreciates it. And BK, you can join him, 101 ESPN, tomorrow at Genesis of St. Charles for an afternoon filled with fun and excitement. Tomorrow, 1 to 3, bring the whole family by for face painting, balloon artists, food trucks, and a special appearance by Louie and the Blue Crew. Plus, BK will have your chance to win a pair of tickets for the Blues home game, or to a Blues home game. Tomorrow, 1 to 3 at Genesis of St. Charles, located at 5601 Veterans Memorial Parkway. You can get all the details at 101ESPN.com. Today was a Freedom Friday, Rizz. Next Friday, we will be at the Puck Cancer second shift.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, charity hockey game next Friday. Centene Community Ice Center. You can tune in. We'll be broadcasting live from the E&B Granite Studio.
That's a big deal, man.
No doubt. 2 to 6. Tickets are now on sale for the second annual Puck Cancer second shift alumni game. You can see the St. Louis Blues alumni face off against the Chicago Blackhawks alum, including Jamie Rivers. I guess he's playing with the Blackhawks? What? No way.
No.
Because he was never on the Blackhawks.
They got like Chelios.
Yeah.
They got some good players.
Got some good dudes. Rivalry game to support the Siteman Cancer Center and the V Foundation for Cancer Research. All of us have been impacted some way, shape, or form by cancer. So, or a family member, of course, friend, loved one, impacted by cancer. So this is a big deal, as Rizz was just saying. Grab your tickets now for next Friday night to support the two great organizations. And tune in pregame on Friday afternoon, Fast Lane Live, E&B Granite Studio, next Friday at Centene. So looking forward to that. Marsh, what do we got for criticisms and compliments?
Well, are we going to do what we learned today?
Oh, that's right. Yes, we do what we learned. That's right.
I learned to always check under your bed.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. You never know who's hiding under there.
You never know.
You never want to. That's really good advice. When the kid says, hey,
there's a monster under my bed, there may be one.
Yes. What's trending today? You learned that. Brought to you by Rizz.
Thank you.
Rizz, what'd you learn today? Anything?
I learned that I really don't know much about hockey.
Whoa, three out of the 4 questions.
Oh, stop it, Anthony.
3 out of the 4 questions,
Stop
Rizz.
it, Anthony.
You
with the
nailed
gauntlet.
it.
Oh.
Come on, man.
Thanks, buddy. I'm going to put that compliment in my pocket.
Honestly, you got chopped, really. Anybody that gets 3 out of 4 correct in the gauntlet should win.
Well, thanks, Anthony.
You got it, buddy.
Appreciate that.
You got it. Valiant effort. Valiant.
I didn't learn anything else, by the way.
No, that's fine. Yeah. What I learned is that Marsh does not want to see Jimmy Snuggerud in a Blues sweater.
Come on. It's not true.
I felt it. So did Rizz. On this side of the table, we felt it.
A lot of negativity.
Marsh?
Yeah.
Criticisms and compliments, please?
I have a criticism for you, Anthony. All week, you've been putting words in my mouth. You've been saying it yourself and been putting words in my mouth. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
And a compliment?
This is criticisms and compliments.
Yeah. No, your beard looks great.
Thanks. I appreciate
It's not
that.
as good as his, but...
No, well, he's got, it's darker for his. Mine looks
great.
Gray.
Yeah. Ready for the 3 stars of the day?
We'd love the 3 stars of the day.
All right, our 3rd star of the day, he briefly was mentioned on the show, but he got fired today. That's Taylor Jenkins.
Taylor Jenkins.
Grizzlies. Former head coach.
Former head coach of the Grizzlies.
Yeah, according to Shams Charania.
Yeah.
Of ESPN. Yeah.
That guy. 2nd star of the day goes out to Monkey Man Dan.
Monkey Man Dan.
Thanks for the spider monkeys this week.
No monkeys in that studio, though, anymore.
Not anymore.
Nope.
1st star of the day goes out to Rizz's 3rd nipple.
Yes.
Showed you my 3rd nipple?
Yes.
1st star of the day. Good stuff. We've got pregame for you for the Sweet 16. So, first matchup, Michigan State and Ole Miss. Pregame coming up 6 o'clock. We got some Blues coverage over the weekend too. Of course, the Blues Avalanche tomorrow. Pregame at 2:30. Puck drop at 3:30. And we also have an Elite 8 game for you tomorrow night. So that'll do it for us. Rizz, again, thank you, my man.
Have a great weekend. Thank you, guys.
Great stuff. And, of course, you can listen to The Rizzuto Show on 105.7 The Point each and every
weekday morning.
Weekday morning from 6 to 10.
Thanks, buddy.
So, Rizz, great stuff as always. That'll do it for us. For Andrew Marsh, for Scott Rizzuto. Why don't we also say for Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers? I'm sure they listened. I'm Anthony Stalter. Everybody have a great weekend. We will see you.